You like anime? Who the fuck likes anime?
So I've been doing this thing, right? Like, ever since we started watching Baki, I've noticed that they have huge piss streams, right?
Yeah.
And honestly, every time I see it, I feel like less of a man. So I've been trying to stretch my meatus, right? I started with like a toothpick, and that hurt because I punctured through the wall. But I've been slowly graduating, and boys, I'm proud to announce I've made it to a chapstick.
Chapstick?
Yep, I'm up to a chapstick, bro.
Oh,
My piss streams
buddy.
have never been bigger.
I can't wait to be able to just like insert it.
Yeah,
You just
dude.
like instantly finish then? Does it just like fucking drop out of you?
Yeah, like I don't even have to
Are we
push.
gonna dock the real way?
I don't even have to push, dude. The piss just all comes out like a shotgun blast. Like, ah! And then it's out.
Uh-oh.
I think I'm gonna stop at an Advil bottle though. Like once I get an Advil pill, like one of the big ones in there, then I'll be done.
Yeah.
Then I think I
Yeah,
can
'cause
have
then-
an adequate flow.
Because then you could be a mule, like a good meal.
Right. Yeah, dude.
Yo,
Oh my god, I didn't even think about the other benefits besides huge piss flow.
I'll follow you down a lot of roads, but
Yeah.
for some reason this one really hurts me physically.
You don't want to stretch your meatus?
No, I don't. No, I just don't want that.
All right, that's cool.
Like I'm tearing all over. I don't like this. This is
Just
bad.
do it,
He's
dude.
getting the
Listen,
good
we're
tingles.
watching this shit. We've seen it. We just need to do it.
Welcome back to the only podcast that matters that is about anime and trapping.
My boy sounded like Christopher Walken when he said that. Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Well,
Welcome back.
I don't think I could sound like Christopher Walken if I tried to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm talking about anime.
We're talking about anime. And when I talk about trapping, I don't mean like animal trapping, unless you count the people that do drugs as animals.
Yep.
Then yes, it is about trapping.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
We're talking about boys
Talking
that
about-
pretend to be girls.
We're talking about selling drugs, people. Okay.
Selling drugs.
Drugs.
Moving them keys, if you will. Rolling them J's. So we're talking about Baki, episodes 5 through 9. Once again, reminder, this is the one on Netflix from 2018, not the one that's from 1994, or not the one that's from 2001.
Yeah, we hit the
So,
bad
yeah.
1 out of 3 on that one.
Yeah, I don't know. I honestly think after these episodes, I'll probably go back and at least sample some of the other ones. But boy, it yeah. So yeah, let's get into it. How do you guys feel overall about these 5 episodes?
I've been trying
That-
real hard not to think about it.
That makes sense. The silence speaks volumes.
I was waiting for someone else to speak up. Nobody wants to do it.
Why don't we start with Cody? Cody, how'd you feel about these 5 episodes?
Man, you know, I try to watch. I try to watch it and like just think about it. Like, all right, I'm not gonna like it that much. Let's see what I do like about it. And then 5 episodes go by. I'm like, nothing happened. I liked not a single thing.
Yep.
Maybe
Really?
The
maybe
only
two
thing I
points.
enjoyed is Hanamura being a fucking man.
Oh,
Oh my god. Oh my god.
It's just
19-year-old kid fucking man the fuck up.
the show's called Baki, and I still have no idea who Baki is. You know, we're
he's
fucking
a kid.
episode 9, and I don't know his personality. I don't know if he's supposed to be like super confident, or
Yeah,
like if
apparently
he's a
he's the
cocky
best, but he
guy,
doesn't do anything.
or if he's scared of people. Like he's just all over the place. The pacing, I think, okay, hot take. Pacing is worse than fucking Sword Art Online. Like it's that levels of bad, dude.
Ooh.
I think there's one episode that I would agree with you 100% on out of these 5.
Yeah.
But other than that, I don't know. I never really care about pacing because I'll always look past something even if the editing is bad. I'll be like, yeah, it's fine. There's something good in there, you know.
There's
Maybe.
one
Like
episode
I liked Batman vs Superman, you know,
Oof.
because not because
Oh
it was
my God,
good,
dude.
but there's a good movie in there.
I don't
You're
know.
digging deep on that one.
I normally consider myself not a person to think too much, right? I'm pretty fucking stupid. But when it's like it's this glaringly obvious, I'm just like, well, something went wrong. My brain isn't going fun aids, like full fun aids, and I'm like, I love this shit, there's violence. I'm just sitting here like, I just wish I was literally doing anything else. Like, I wish my dog was eating my pinky. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Okay.
Kyle, how'd you feel?
It's about everything I expect from Baki. It's like paper thin plot, and it's fucking fun. Like I don't know why. I can't help but to like kind of love this show. It's dumb. There are like moments where like something stupid happens. I'm like, all right, come on, that was a little like shit. But like
Moments.
it's like there's
Moments.
I wrote down something. I forgot what it was.
He's a few the whole. All right, you know what? I'm gonna respect your opinion, Kyle. I'm glad you like it. I'm glad somebody does. You know, these people probably worked really hard making it, so I'm glad some people like it.
Yeah.
I don't know. The animation makes it look like they didn't work very hard.
Yeah, it's true. It looks like my
That is
dog took a
true.
shit and made this show was made.
Yeah. So yeah. Oh boy. Yep.
Like Baki isn't something that I have to like fucking sit up here and lawyer up and like defend like super hard. I know it's trash, but it's fun, and like that's all I expect from it.
Okay.
Yeah. Jason,
What the fuck's fun about
what
it?
you got?
We'll get into it. Like there's so
yeah,
much
we'll
fun
talk
shit that
about it.
happens in this.
Yeah, we'll talk about
All
it.
right.
I know there's a couple parts I enjoyed, but for the most part, it's trying real hard not to think about it.
The first two episodes were not what I wanted, but the last three episodes were actually pretty good, and I'm with Kyle now. Like, it's just fun, and maybe it's just because I watched like 5 hours of wrestling before this, and so my brain was kind of already a little bit off.
Okay.
But fuck, man, it was a good time. When you stop thinking about it, it's a good time, and yeah. So,
yeah, I don't know. I disagree. My problem with Kyle liking it so much is how much he shit on like the smallest things in Demon Slayer. You know what I'm saying? I think it was the thing that this group of people I talk to like to do are like, oh, it's super popular. I'm gonna fucking pick it apart.
That's not why I like dislike Demon Slayer for like okay, like Demon Slayer is trying to like be like some like it's not if it was like, hey, we're just gonna be this stupid fight anime, I'd be like, cool, I'm gonna judge it as a stupid fight anime. But when you're gonna like try and like build up like some like mystery, like some giant fucking like, oh, we got this like demon in the background, what's this about?
Ooh, synchronicity? Bro, are you on fucking crack right now?
I said
That's not
mystery.
that's the mystery.
That's not a mystery. That's literally just a throwaway explanation. It says it in the beginning. They haven't brought it up again because they don't care. It is literally just like, yeah, this premise is fucking stupid, but
I'm pretty sure
you
it actually
need
was
some
brought
reason.
up in this group of episodes.
It was.
Was?
Yes.
Yep.
We'll
I
talk
must
about it on
have
the
missed
podcast.
All right.
We'll talk about it.
All right, so couple of Facebook shout outs here, you know, to start us off, because we're definitely doing this at the beginning.
Hell yeah, dude.
Devin Grabau,
Yeah, I think that's how you say it.
Grabo,
Grabo. There we go.
that shout out for liking us on Facebook.
I don't know if that was Facebook or
is-
Twitter. I should probably write it next to him, but it was on something.
Somewhere.
He did something that was positively impacting the podcast. So thank you, Devin.
Yeah,
We're proud of you. Thank
you're
you.
moving our brand forward, bro.
Yeah.
And we appreciate
We love
it.
you.
Isabella Vendetta, who's a friend, a close friend of mine. So
Shout out.
big ups to her. Shout out, she's out here supporting.
That's right.
I appreciate that. For any one of my other friends that are listening but not supporting, it hurts.
Go fuck yourself.
It hurts. And then Dora Lilac, who commented that Kyle was the funny one.
She had a lot of nice words. She said she felt like she was part of the group. She made a joke about us pronouncing shit wrong and saying that we lost our Slav audience. Very funny.
Yeah.
I know she listens. She said Kyle's a funny one, which okay, this is Kyle's friend.
So
This is Kyle doing this, okay?
yeah. So
Like,
I
there's no way two people.
There's no way two people.
I'm also
like,
an
what are the
admin.
odds?
yeah. I'm also an admin.
You should also
like,
shout out
on
Harris
the Facebook page.
and like I'm still part of that conspiracy that like
yeah.
like
no, it doesn't matter. Harris is actually the funny
like
one.
she
No, it's
knew
crap,
she
dude.
knew that like she wanted to say Harris is the funny one, but knew everyone would be mad.
It's crap, dude. This better not continue. This better not
it's
be
just
going
gonna be
like an ongoing
like all our
meme
true
of,
fans
like,
are gonna say that I'm the funny one, and then
No,
Yeah.
it's crap. It's crap. I know it's lies. Like at a certain point, I'll know it's a fucking
Yeah.
lie.
She
Harris is
also
the only one
didn't-
that's gotten me to chuckle.
oh
so there's
my
that.
god.
She also
See?
didn't like
See?
the page. So like, even if
Yeah.
she is Kyle's friend, she's a bad friend because she didn't like the page.
Yeah, you gotta like the page.
page.
We gotta move that chain.
We like the comments, we like the good positive attitude, but like when you don't like the chain, you ain't moving us forward and you're just holding us down. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So Dora, please stop holding us down.
Yeah, and I was an admin on the page, and I went to the comment because I saw that Cody loved it, and I took it out. I was like, I don't love this shit, bro.
You did? I didn't even
But then I instantly felt bad, and I put it back. I felt
I didn't
really
even
bad.
notice you took it out.
It's fucked up.
I was mad, dude. It hurts. It cuts me in a way that I don't like being cut.
Yeah, I feel you.
A kind of like whisper in for Jason Swartz
This is
for following us but not liking us.
this is another one of our friends.
I don't know how social media works, but that is a
when
problem.
you follow, you'll still get like the updates, right? But when you like, it's when you like that shows everybody else what you liked. So he was like, he's like, all right, I want to listen, but I don't want people to know that I listen, and I don't respect.
Okay,
that.
actually, I do respect that. Like, honestly, I don't.
I respect that.
I don't respect that.
anyone to like.
No,
Don't-
if you're gonna be
don't
you,
like us.
you be you as hard as you can.
Oh
okay?
no, I'm
Don't-
me
That's
as hard
fair.
as I can.
Yeah.
But
No, I'm
I'm
saying to him. I'm saying to
anyone,
Swartz.
any one of my friends, they see me in public, they don't have to. Like, they can pretend they don't know me.
Yeah, you don't
have
have to
that
act
option.
like you know me, but
No.
but like I understand, our brand is like we want you to like what you like, and if you like us, like us.
right.
But if you're just listening to us to be a good friend, don't like us. It's fine.
Don't
we
listen.
appreciate
Also,
we appreciate
don't
it.
listen. Also, okay.
No, they should
No.
listen. They should
Like the
listen.
Facebook.
Like the Facebook. Chris
My
Cowton,
boy.
who's also a friend who has some of the most intense passion about
I
video
was
games I've ever
literally
seen in my
thinking
life.
to myself when you said that, I was like, how's he gonna like it with like a broken controller?
He's broke more
Man.
controllers than I've had controllers in my entire life.
Ryan
Last time I
actually
talked-
still
I wasn't
owes
gonna-
me a controller from like 8 years ago.
Last time I talked to him, he's like, "Yeah, so I broke a controller and I just decided that I'm not buying anymore, so I don't play games anymore." I was like, "That's smart."
See, like
He's a smart
I
guy.
I didn't want to say he was an angry dude. I just want to say he was passionate.
Oh
but
yeah, he's not
okay,
angry.
fine.
I never said he was
Yeah,
angry. He's
no.
very passionate.
It's just controllers suffer.
I mean, you don't break a controller because
He
you're
just
happy.
has a
It's just-
Hanayama vice grip. that's
Yeah.
all.
yeah.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
what it is.
He's
Yep.
just
He's
super
just got a
strong.
twists it.
fucking grip,
Yeah.
bro. Yeah,
Yeah,
Oh wait, this is supposed to be pre. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
it's fine. It's fine. And then shout out to Philip John
my
Pinnon,
boy PJ.
Siege.
PJ.
He Snapchatted me. He was at the gym, right? Because that's what he does. This man's swole as fuck. He was at the gym and he had the Spotify thing open and he Snapchatted onto his story. He said, "Anime and gym time, baby," and I respect that.
Nice.
Shout outs.
Nice. We should all start working
Yeah.
out.
Right, the
It's not
first time I
gonna-
met this dude, he was not soul as fuck. The next time I
No.
saw him, I did not know who he was.
He put in the hours in the
yeah,
gym,
dude.
clanging and banging.
The first
you
time
know?
I met him, this man was fatter than me. Now look at him.
Nah, he's fucking awesome
Yeah,
looking.
Blow up.
I'm a little wet thinking about it.
And then again, another whisper in to Zenji Han Usman for sharing our
He
post,
shared it.
but not liking
He shared the post, but he didn't like the Facebook page, which I respect. I
Yeah.
respect his share. You know,
I feel
appreciate
like
it.
he knew his name was coming, and he just was sitting here the
Yeah.
whole time going, "Oh, they're gonna fucking. I know I didn't like it. He's just gonna fucking."
He's like, "Fuck, I
Yeah.
did the thing." Like
Yeah.
the Facebook
So
page,
you know,
bro.
like, yeah,
we need this.
don't be afraid of letting people know what you like. You know, or be afraid. It's
Yeah.
fine. Whatever. Live your life.
Yeah, do you, but like the page.
I like peeing down my arm.
Yeah, you know. Yeah, Kyle likes being down his arm. But like, Yeah, if you want us to like publicly shame you
Right.
to the tens of people that listen to us, do some
this
shit.
is happening.
Like share but don't like, follow but don't
Like-
like, comment but don't like, and we'll give you some bad stuff. But if you like it, we have kind words for all
We
of
should
you.
just turn this
Like,
into a
if
roast
one of the-
session if you don't like.
It's just we just gonna
We're
roast
just
you.
gonna
Bro.
roast the people.
Come at us.
Like, what if one of those
gonna
tens
roast
of
you.
people see you on the streets, dog, and they're like, "Oh man, are you Zenji Han Usman that shared the post and didn't like it?" Like, they're
It's just
you know,
gonna turn
they're
into the
gonna-
fucking Shin Shin Kai. Like you got the whole fucking city after you.
You
Yup.
got like 10 people
Yup.
following you. Like, bro, you better like the page.
We gotta come up with like a name for our followers. Like our trappers
Yeah,
or
dude.
something. I don't
I
know.
was-
like-
yeah, I've been
Anime
thinking-
addicts.
No, that's a different podcast.
Maybe.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Maybe.
Yeah,
But like I get it because like the people that listen to us are like addicted.
Oh,
to
the cummy
to the
tummies.
stuff we put out.
right.
Yeah, that's what I was going with.
No, we're not
I mean,
gonna.
it
We're
doesn't
gonna
gotta
make
be
it a
like
real
that,
thing, not
guys.
something that's funny to 4 people.
Okay, fine.
Yeah.
Thematic, bro.
Oh,
it's anime
a
and
real
it's trap
thing.
house.
Oh, Kyle's fan club.
No, okay, okay.
Oh God.
Just get. All right, we're done with shout outs.
Yeah. We'll start with episode 5. All right. So last we left Baki, he was on a date. And when episode 5 starts, he's still on the date, and neither one of them really looks happy.
Nope.
They're holding hands, and I don't know if we touched on this last time, but the girl's face looks like a straight man.
Yep. I think Baki's
There's
in
like
the trans
I
people.
don't think there's gonna be any like waifus in the show. Like I haven't
think
seen one attractive person yet.
which is fine.
Mr. Dorian.
Yeah, Dorian's
Yo, when he
attractive.
puts on that fucking suit.
Yeah.
I think Akuma,
That man's a good-looking dude.
I think Akuma is the most attractive, but it's okay. We don't have to judge best waifus based on females. That's pretty sexist of you, Kyle.
Yeah,
Okay,
it's
you're right.
2019, bro.
You're right.
dude.
You're right. You're
Do you
right.
think men are attractive? It's whatever. And if we
Sometimes-
decide to pick this trans bitch that Baki's trying to fuck, that's cool too.
Right.
Why don't
That's
you
your
be
life,
progressive,
live
you fucking piece of shit?
I feel like every trans person listening to this doesn't know to like stop it or like clap.
Right. They're like, I don't know what's happening.
I don't know if I'm offended or not, but we're trying to be all inclusive.
I mean,
you
if
know?
people get offended over shit, they probably shouldn't listen to this anyway.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, that's true.
All right, I'm sorry.
So, Baki and this girl, who I don't even think I wrote her name down because it literally doesn't matter, are on this date, look very unhappy, and Spec is stalking them. And then we get a flashback to the previous tournament, and this doesn't look like it was from the previous tournament, like, season. It looks like the animation's been updated to this style. And the girl is trying to tell Baki, like, hey, man, when you fight, it's you hurt the people that care about you the most. And Baki just walks up to her and says, I only have one move. And then just forces his lips on her lips.
Yep.
And I couldn't really tell if she enjoyed it or not.
I only have
Because
one move.
he's like 3 times as big as her, so he just wraps all of his muscles around her and kisses her.
and he just holds her. He said, I only have
Yeah.
one move, rape. I'm like, Jesus,
Yeah.
dude, calm the fuck
Like mouth
down.
rape. Yeah, it's fucking weird, dude. I didn't like I get the feeling that they do care about each other
Yeah,
and
they
everything, but the
definitely
way
do.
that Baki handles is just fucking awkward.
Yeah, it's all awkward as far as the romance goes.
Dude,
It's
you gotta
not like
realize
an
he's probably had
embrace.
multiple concussions in his life already, and he's only 17.
That's a good point. That is a good point.
His brain is just going, this is what people like.
Yeah. So yeah, Baki thought he was gonna die in the last tournament, and the girl's like, "So when you kissed me, was that because you like me, or just because like you wanted to get some good before you died?" And Baki hits her with a Drake quote and says, "I only trust my bed and my mom, and I guess you."
Nice.
So, and that was what I got from that exchange. And then there's a shot of him with her like holding her neck, but like in between his thumb and index finger, like a fucking pen. You know, like that's how big her neck is compared to his fingers.
Yeah, I meant to wrote that shit down. Yeah, when he put his hand around her neck, dude, it was like 3 fingers were like as big as her entire
didn't
neck
notice that
and
shit.
onto her cheek. It was insane.
It was
dude.
fucking weird. I was like, how big is this man and how small is this girl?
You know, it's how big are
Just
his
a
hands, dude.
17-year-old.
He's not even that much taller than her. His fingers are just fucking massive.
Speaking of
That's
weird
why she likes him.
proportions, Does Baki's shirt bother anyone else during the whole fucking anime?
Yeah, all the clothes.
It says Gather Ultimate, right? But like, yeah,
Yeah,
I get what you mean.
the clothes are weird.
Yeah,
They should just all be naked all the time.
yeah. So he's holding her neck and then goes in for a kiss again and again, like wraps his giant muscles around her so she can't do anything. And there even looks like she tries to struggle for a second and then just kind of gives in.
Yep.
Which I guess is romantic.
I mean,
in
when a
Japan. I don't know.
Tyrannosaurus Rex fucking goes in to kiss you, you just sit there. You just go,
Yeah,
okay.
there's nothing you can do. If Baki came up to me and grabbed me like that, I'd be like, okay,
Like, all right,
we're in
bro.
it now.
Yeah, whatever you want. Your fingers are bigger than
Like,
my
I-
fucking head, dude.
I couldn't do anything if I wanted to. So here we are. And while they're kissing, Spec shows up, like towers over them, typical anime shadow thing, and looks down at Baki, and Baki is looking straight at Spec while he's kissing his girl, and I'm like, man, Baki is erect.
Yeah, dude.
He's like, do it.
Fighting
Do
and
it.
fucking,
Dude.
baby.
Do something. And like Spec is like, okay, cool. And then, oh my god, this was the coolest part
Yeah, it was
out of all of these episodes. All of a sudden, some big fucking dude just shows up, grabs Spec's whole face, and disappears.
Fucking.
With, like, no sound either.
No sound. I had to go back like 3 times and say, what the fuck just happened? So yeah, Spec is gone with this guy, and it was super quick. And we found out that it's Hanayama.
Kingpin's on wingman duty.
Yeah. So this guy just decided to fight Spec, and they're off somewhere else. And this. I thought this was going to be the coolest fight in the whole show, to be completely honest. And it wasn't.
Nope.
But we'll get there. So they're talking, Spec and Hanayama. That's the fight that we're talking about. And Spec, as Spec does, goes with a big boot straight to the face, like sucker punch style.
The signature move of the fucking
Yeah.
show.
Yeah, the sucker punch.
Sucker
You know,
punch kick
go-
version.
Moves first.
All,
yeah.
all I'm saying is, if you fight like certain weeaboos, you got to know what move they're gonna do. Like if they say they're watching Baki, watch out for the kick to the face. If they say they're watching Naruto, wait like 3 hours because they're gonna go through like 20 flashbacks.
Bang. that was good.
Same with Demon
That
Slayer,
was good.
though.
And if they watch Bleach, they're gonna just get naked at some point and yell Bankai, and then their
Fuck
abilities
yeah,
might
dude.
increase or not.
Oh, God. Can we just... yeah. Okay.
So Hanayama takes this boot to the face and is bleeding, and then does the most gangster shit of my life and tears off his suit. Now, okay. So there's a wrestler that's named Cesaro, and he has a tearaway suit. Like it tears off, like the trainer pants that have the buttons on the side. Oh no, Hanayama grabs his ankles, like the pants on his ankles, and tears up all of it.
And you know that
Like
was an
it's-
expensive suit and tailor made and everything.
Yeah, like
That shit
tears
had
it
to be
to fucking
tailor made. Dude's
shreds.
built like a fucking house.
exactly.
And I didn't know what to do with my body. I was just excited. I was like, this is fucking amazing. What?
Yeah, I grabbed a jar of mayonnaise and I just started spreading it on my chest.
also-
I was like,
he
this
also
is
took off
fucking
his-
crazy, dude.
He also took off his gator shoes, which just him having gator shoes is fucking good.
And he knew not to rip those. He was like, nah,
Yeah.
fuck these.
He was
I'm
like-
keeping these motherfuckers.
Fucking-
These are dope.
I wasn't sure if it was gator or snake, but
I
it was
couldn't
some
tell.
kind of reptile.
Reptile shoes.
So yeah, Hanayama tears his clothes off, and he's got one of them sumo thongs.
Hell
you know?
yeah, dude.
And he's got a giant ass tattoo on his back. And then we see a flashback of him, and he's like, yeah, the leader of the Hanayama gang has to have this tattoo on their back. So he gets a sick ass tattoo and tells his gang, yeah, it's not done yet, and then goes and fucks up the stronghold of another gang just so he could get fucked up enough so the tattoo had scars on top of it.
He's like, it's not complete unless it's
Yeah.
got scars on it.
And then his
Like
his,
real life scars.
His
like,
goons show up and they're like, "You took out everybody." He's like, "Yeah, check out my tat. You see, it's all fucked up now. Now it's finished."
now it's
Gangster.
like fucking gangster. This guy is the definition of gangster. Like he should be on the face of Anime Trap House, you know?
Probably. Which face though? We talking about it like his normal face or like his fucking
I think it's an end of fight face.
his end of fight? Okay, I'll do that one.
I want to see a triple joint face. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, dude.
We'll get there. So yeah, his body is just fucked to shit because he took out all these people. And then, you know, Spec is like not thinking this is an issue at all and takes a couple of rocks and hits him with an uppercut with the rock, and then hits him with an overhand punch with the rock as well, and then takes this man's shoes and hits him with the shoes too.
Yeah.
That's where he lost the fight.
Like,
Yeah, that's
like,
the fucking.
Spec
That's the
was on
fucking
top of this
line.
man, hard as fuck, and then grabs his face with his whole palm and just smashes it into a pole. Spec is giving it to this man, and I already know. I was like, I just seen that flashback. This dude's about to no-sell all this shit.
Mm-hmm.
The typical like
Anime,
that's
like-
all you got. And I was super excited for it to keep going. But yeah, as Cody referenced, pacing sucks. So we cut to two random idiots fighting in the street, and everyone's just kind of watching them. They're like, yeah, dude, get his ass, cut him. And some guy named Chiharu Shiba breaks it up, and they give us a flashback, and this dude's like Hanayama's #1 fan, you know?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. You got something to say?
No. Sorry.
Good. It's all good. And he's like, hey guys, real men fight with their hands. And these guys are like, what the fuck? Leave us alone. We're fighting. And he says, be at a disadvantage in a fight, and then you'll fight real good. Which he says a lot of other stuff, but that's what I took away from it.
Mm-hmm.
And then we cut back to the fight with Spec and Hanayama.
I love because I fucking hated that part. Like that was just so like random and just like it was just.
Yep.
I like you said it and I was going like, oh yeah, and like I forgot about that part because I just watched it last week because I thought we were doing the first 5.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, they never referenced this dude again.
Yeah, it's
They-
just something just in there.
And I'll probably get mad about it as we talk more, but that's what they do during every single fight. They cut from it like 6 times and break up the action, and it's just disorienting. It's just so fucking bad, dude.
The next episode is the worst offender.
Yeah.
Like the next episode is
Yeah.
probably one of the
Yep.
simultaneously best and worst.
Yeah,
I'm-
they like
yeah, I
ruined
literally
the
don't know how you do a flashback with the coolest fights. Like
I'm
it's
literally
just-
looking at my notes, and there's one line for episode 6 where everything's in caps, so I know exactly what you're talking about.
So yeah, we cut back to Spec and Hanayama, and Spec is dragging a heavy ass bench and just talking shit to Hanayama and swings it overhead onto Hanayama, and it shatters into like approximately 850,000 pieces.
I agree, Harris.
And I was like, Hanayama's gonna no sell it, and he no sells it. And then Hanayama starts like powering up, like there's an aura around him.
Mhm.
I got like a very Dragon Ball Z kind of vibe from this one.
Yeah.
Yeah. He just likes the pain.
Yeah. And Spec is like kind of getting a little bit shook and says, using a weapon puts me at a disadvantage anyway. It's like, what?
Right?
I haven't seen you not.
Yeah, this dude's
use
been
a
on the
weapon.
weapon trip this whole fucking time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like this man's like Prop City, bro, and he's like,
Dude
yeah,
used
I
a
don't-
pork
you
bun
haven't
as a
seen my
fucking
best
weapon.
shit. Yeah. I was like, okay, fine, whatever.
Yeah.
Then, you know, as the pacing in the show goes, we cut to the Statue of Liberty, and there's a guard that pulls down a sheet.
I like how we know it's America because of black guy and like it's Japan.
Yeah.
Like they're like, oh, how are we gonna tell you it's not Japan? Black
Right.
guy.
They're like,
Yeah.
listen, we'll have the Statue of America and the only black dude in like the 2 animes we've watched, which is like 26 plus what, 6 more episodes. You know what I'm saying? We've seen one black dude, and of
Spec-
course,
35 episodes of anime.
Back
course
was in the
they-
submarine, the guard was black.
oh, was
I
he?
feel like we should have like a party streamer for like whenever a black guy shows up in an anime.
right? Yeah, it just doesn't happen. And they made this dude look like the cop from Die Hard. The
Yeah.
one cop
Oh my
who was
God,
smart.
yes.
Yeah.
Oh my
That's what I wrote
God.
down.
Yeah,
You're
he looks
right.
just fucking like him, dude. I was like,
Oh,
they just
man.
got that actor to come in and they just drew him. No, they definitely just
Yeah.
watched Die Hard and were like, all right, we got to tell it's America. Statue of Liberty and a black dude.
Yeah, they're like, what's the most American movie there is? Die Hard?
Die Hard,
Okay,
yeah.
take the guy from that.
Take the fucking.
I'm surprised Bruce Willis. I'm surprised Speck doesn't look more like Bruce Willis.
No, because then
You
it'd
know
just
what
be a
I'm saying?
fucking white dude. White dudes everywhere, okay?
Okay. So yeah, the security guard says Jesus,
Oh yeah.
like in
Oh yeah.
in English.
Yeah, I
in
love
English.
English every time.
I don't know what Jesus is in Japanese. It might just be Jesus. I don't know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Jesus. They probably
Just a
say
name.
they just say
So-
God. Kami.
And that was funny. And I think that was the moment when I was like, okay, I get this. This is kind of like JoJo, just a random English. And there's a bunch of fist marks in the Statue of Liberty, and it's cracking. The Statue of Liberty is cracking.
Yep.
That's a commentary on our society,
Uh-oh.
bro.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
This. Never mind. This show's deep. Never mind.
This show is super fucking deep. Super fucking deep. And Spec says, "You're not ready for my apnea rush." And I was like, "This man's about to go to
He's
sleep."
gonna go sleep.
My up Neil Rush.
Up in the rush.
Yeah.
No, he puts people to sleep.
So yeah, Spec says that, and then we cut back to the Statue of Liberty, and there's a bunch of people trying to hold it together because it's all fucked up. And then there's this weird shot where like a bunch of strong men are trying to like hold the statue together with like these wires and stuff, and there's like one guy breathing really heavy and it's like really sexual sounding, and then the screen splits in half and there's two guys breathing like that, and then there's three guys breathing
Yeah,
like that.
dude.
And I was like, why?
Fucking the statue back together.
Why is this sound happening?
Yeah.
That's how I feel about my
And
liberty. How I feel about my
some
freedom.
some chief is like, yeah, good job putting that statue together, guys. Putting it back together. You know, this is a euphemism for America. And then we cut back to the Spec fight.
This is how we. This is
just-
how we know Spec is like anti-freedom though. Like.
Right.
I fucking hate these cuts, dude. Okay. And Spec is just throwing punches hard as fuck.
Yep. I gotta say though, like I'm all, you know, I'm the fight guy, right? And this
Yeah.
this scene was pretty good. I was like, all right, this rush attack is the first cool, like really cool thing I've seen in the show.
No, I was like, I've seen this. Like the hands are moving fast. You get an image of a fist every once in a
Well,
while.
yeah, but it
and,
was
like,
still cool looking. Like,
I love
and
it, but it
the
had
camera,
like weight to it. It just felt vicious, that like attack.
Yeah.
And
I
loved
thought it was good. I'm fight guy. Fuck you. I thought it was good.
I hate Spec, so everything he does, I,
do
fucking
too.
hate.
I do too. He's cancer.
Also, they like explain that he's doing it because he like can breathe, like do anaerobic breathing for like 5 minutes, right?
Again, why do we need to know that?
This
Like
is
we
where-
know
Because
these.
he got out of the sub for 5 minutes.
He can just
had to
punch.
swim to
Yeah,
the-
we've already
This
been
is-
told this. They're like, fuck, man.
This is where I wrote down that people do have superpowers. I wrote that Specs has super breathing, right?
Okay.
Doyle's
Nice.
superpower is edge because he has that fucking razor in his shirt.
Yeah,
Yep.
nice.
Sikorsky is just shitty Wolverine,
Yep.
Oh.
Okay.
and Yanagi is an airbender.
Yeah, dude.
Oh,
And then
okay.
and then Dorian wants to be a magician, which is autism, which is a superpower in some movies.
Fucking hell.
Oh shit, Kyle with the
Oh,
descriptions,
no.
dude.
I'm just waiting
I'm
for the
fight
super
guy,
small
Kyle's
guy
the
to
strip
pop
guy.
again.
Yeah.
The Yanagi Airbender one got me. Ooh, that was good.
He's not fucking wrong, dude.
So yeah, Spec is, doing the typical anime villain thing. Is like, oh, you're not gonna be able to counter this, dude. When I do this, there's nothing left. And Hanayama gets pushed up against a tree and then counters with one punch.
Yep.
Just
And then we cut to the fucking police station.
I'm pretty sure that it's implied that he actually just absorbed that for the whole 5 minutes of his breathing
Yeah.
technique.
Yep.
And then when it
Yeah,
wore out is
Hanayama
when he
gave no
punched.
fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder
That's-
if the
he-
show would be like fucking incredible if you just like uncut the cuts, like just merged the scenes.
Right, and that's what I'm saying. There's a good anime in here.
Well, the problem is it'd be like 6 seconds long. Like that's
It'd
how
still
they.
be
That's
fucking
how they extend
good.
the like that's how they. That's the only reason this show is 20 minutes is because they do these fucking nonsense cuts that make no. Like this whole police section he's about to get into did not need to happen. It's totally pointless. We don't care about none of these characters. It's
Yeah.
it's nothing. It's
I still
absolutely
would rather
nothing.
have this than just like pausing and flashbacking to like just stupid shit like with like Naruto, where it's just like, all right, well now like this could have been a separate story. Like at least these feel like slightly together, but it's still like fucking up the pacing entirely.
This police section could have been like a post credits thing
Yeah.
because they go into some weird shit. They're giving me dimensions of human beings and shit. They're like, you can wear this suit. You got to be 5'7", 145. Like, what the?
Yeah,
And I was like really excited for where this was gonna go. I was like, okay, they're gonna try to get Spec, and they're already like, they like explain all this shit for like legit 5 minutes, and then they're like, yeah, we already tried this shit on Spec and none of it worked.
Yeah.
What?
Well, that part. Well, first off, that part should have been before the anaerobic punching part, because you should have like known that he just fucked up those people. Because the whole point of that is just to hype it up. Like they just
Yeah.
try to like hype up both characters over and over. That's what they're trying to do. Like there's fight, hype, fight, hype. Like that's what I said this show's pacing is. It's just fight and hype. That's it. There's two things in the show.
Yeah,
The
but
Statue of
the hype's
Liberty part
fucking
made
weird.
zero fucking sense for anything.
Yeah, and it was
didn't
another
understand that
scene.
at all.
Yeah, it just didn't.
I mean,
need
the
to, like,
point was to be like, oh, this guy can literally punch a fucking statue apart.
I get it, but it doesn't need to be that long to tell me that. Like, fucking,
Yeah.
just show this man doing it. Like, oh shit, he cracked it. I don't need to watch 6 dudes put it back together because I don't fucking care. Like,
yeah, Statue of Liberty falls apart. I don't care.
yeah,
Cody
You
Chambers.
can't say that.
So
fuck.
I quoted him. That's not me. I, didn't-
Damn it.
I cared a lot, bro.
I'm really sad that
U-
you
USA
said.
never
I'm
got
really
free
sad
for
that
you.
you said Cody Chambers at the end of it because now I'm gonna be the hate America guy.
Yeah, I mean, you did it. You did it to
Yep.
yourself. All right.
Fuck
Heard it
America,
here first.
whatever, dude.
Cody hates America.
Yep, you
Yep.
heard it here.
So the only cool thing that happens in this whole police information thing is that some dude that was in this suit, Spec, just like one-handed axe handled this dude, and the top of his head met his clavicle, and that was it.
Yep.
That was fucking sick.
Yep.
And I was like, "Dang, he crushed that man's head like a can. I don't even. Okay. Anyway. So we cut back to the Hanayama Spec fight after that fucking police bullshit, and Spec is reeling. Like we haven't seen Spec shook like this, you know. And Spec, like, there's a lot of like weird cracking sounds, and I didn't know what was happening. Like Spec was like trying to get his jaw back together or something. I don't fucking know. So he stands up, and Hanayama gets him with another overhand punch that floors Spec super easy. And then picks him up from the collar, and Hanayama says to Spec, "Have you had enough yet?" And Spec's like, "Man, fuck you, man. Fuck you. Fuck everything about you, bro. Fuck your suit. Fuck your gator shoes." And Hanayama punches him again.
Just throws like the punch just sends him flying.
It's a haymaker.
He's got to
bro.
put a postage stamp on him every time he punches him.
Yeah.
Right.
And then Hanayama walks over to him because, yeah, he knocks him a minimum of 40 feet. And picks him up again and is like, "Have you had enough yet?" And Spec's like, "Man, fuck your shit." And then he hits him again. And then he picks Spec up a third time. And Spec's like, "No, man, please, no more. Please, I have a family. I don't want to die." And he puts bullets in Hanayama's mouth and then doesn't punch his chin, but just presses it up so the bullets go off.
Yeah.
I don't know
how it
how
works.
bullets work
That's how it
now.
works.
I don't know how guns work.
We need to have
anymore.
a list of things that animes like made us confused about.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is how I know that I'm probably not the most American person on this podcast besides my name, but like I don't know how guns work now and how bullets work.
Yeah.
And if I
that's a
bite a
thing.
bullet really hard,
Yeah.
is it gonna go off?
Yeah, it
in my
blows
mouth?
up in your mouth. You just seen it happen.
Huh.
He put a handful of bullets. He like surprised.
And animes
attacked.
never lied to me,
No,
so-
they never lie. I did the fucking vortex hand thing yesterday to clean some shit up in my garage.
Perfect. I couldn't get it down. I tried to do it to my stomach to like blow out my organs, and it didn't work.
It didn't work. Okay.
I tried really fucking hard, man. Yeah, this episode is over now.
Yep.
And this
Yep, they just
episode
end
gets
it.
an anime minus 3 out of 10 because there's still so much random stupid shit and mediocre fighting.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. That's how I feel watching each time an episode ends. I go, okay, and then I go to the next
Yeah.
one.
Before this started, Jason was like, "We do need to put a vote, like see if we're like actually finishing
We'll do that after this shit ends.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Episode 6. Baki is still on his date with the girl that he's kind of got hostage at this point, and they hear fireworks because all these bullets in Hanayama's mouth is making a fireworks sound from some distance away.
What?
Yeah, I don't fucking know, dude. They're in a good part of the neighborhood, so they just think gunshots are fireworks. I get that.
I guess.
I've been there. We've all been there. It's like 3 a.m. and you hear shit and you're like, oh god, it's got to be fireworks, right? No one just got like executed gangland style in front of my house.
No, you could tell. You could tell the difference.
You can, but you try to convince yourself.
3 a.m.
Yeah. Well, that's when people do it. So Hanayama is still standing after he gets the bullets pressed in his mouth, and he is fucked up. Like his face is smoking, his eyes are bleeding. But the cool thing is that his cheeks, the skin between his cheeks and his teeth is gone, so he looks like a fucking titan.
Yeah, dude. And and he's just standing there, but his face is making noises like, and it's disgust. It sounds like meat getting like just smushed around. I'm like, you're not even moving. It's just making noise.
And he just looks at him and goes, "Okay." And
Yep. Yeah. All right. You made me eat bullets, dude. Fuck you got next.
And so then Spec throws a punch, and then Hanayama counters the punch with some move I didn't write down, and sends Spec flying into a light pole, and Spec gets electrocuted.
Yep.
But then Hanayama falls after he was punched by Spec.
put a lot in that punch.
Yeah. Then we cut back to the police station, and the inspector says some shit, doesn't matter. And Hanayama is standing there with Spec, like holding him by the back of his collar, and Spec is naked because the electricity shocked his clothes off. And Hanayama's like, "Here you go, dude. I did your job for you." And the police just dick ride Hanayama hard as fuck. They're like, "Oh my god, dude, thank you so much, dude. We didn't know what the fuck we were gonna do."
I like the Yakuza guy is just fucking just police cucking them. Like,
Did he say Yakuza?
Yakuza?
He said Yakuza.
Yeah, Yakuza.
Yakuza.
Yeah, Yakuza.
Yeah, thank you. But yeah, he's just like, yeah, I'll do both sides, I guess. Like, I'll just do both jobs, fine.
Yeah, why are the cops jerking him off? Like, this dude's probably done some shit. Like, if he's the leader of a gang,
hard.
like, he's at least
He
getting
literally
hit for
murdered
fucking...
another gang.
Right.
He murdered a whole nother gang.
Yeah, that's a crime, dog. It don't matter if they were gang.
And they were all just like, oh, thanks, daddy.
Yeah.
Like, he probably got... He definitely got racketeering. Like, he should be getting cases left and right. You know what I'm
Dude,
saying?
what are they gonna do to him?
Look, you a lawyer.
That's a good point.
You a
You're
lawyer?
right.
You gonna honestly sit in a fucking room with him and go,
you're right.
you're guilty? Like, no.
This dude came up with half his fucking face missing.
Yeah.
Yeah, if I see that shit, I'm like, no, you good, dude. Go ahead.
Nah, you good. You good.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I take it back. Yeah, the dick riding was completely warranted.
Yeah.
And also, Spec's body, like, okay, his tattoos are fucking trash. They just
Yeah.
look like shit.
They're really bad.
And also, there's no way he's fucking natty. Like, he is way too fucking juiced up.
Yeah. Yep. I don't know. I don't know how muscles work either after this. And I watch wrestling. Like, I've seen dudes with muscles all the time in my life. It's not me. And so they're like, the police are like, oh, let's get you cleaned up, bro, and, take you wherever the fuck you need to go. So they're all like giving him special treatment. They take him out in a car, and they're like, okay, let's start driving. And in the background, we see the police chief get like stolen from out of frame. And then the guy who's giving Hanayama a ride is like hitting the accelerator, but the car's not going anywhere. And I was like, all right, here we go. This fight isn't over yet. I'm super excited.
Yep.
And then, my dudes, they cut to the driver giving the perspective of the entire fight.
Yep.
Yeah, that shit was...
So they cut from the scene so the guy can flash back to the same fucking scene we were watching.
Yeah.
Why?
And I wouldn't care if the fight was shit. Like, if the fight was shit and this was happening, I'd be like, all right, whatever, it's a good break, fight's garbage. But this fight
It
was fucking amazing.
It could have been so good, and then they're like, all right, so during the fight, we're going to cut to this fucking character nobody gives a shit about, like 4 times, so he can tell the story instead of just us watching it.
Yeah, so the best example I can give you is like when you're watching Dragon Ball Z and there's ever like in the Cell games or like when Android fights or whatever, when people are fighting and there's other people watching it and then someone gets axe handled into the water and they're like, oh my god, he must be dead, you know?
Yeah.
Like that must have done it. And then the fighters are like, I know you're not dead yet. like the bystander like viewpoint into the fight to be like, oh no, that must have been it, dude. And it's like, I don't fucking care about this driver. They said his name. The title of the episode is this driver's name, and I gave approximately 0.00001% fucks about this guy.
Right. Yeah, I couldn't believe when they cut from the scene we were currently watching to go forward in the future so they can flashback to the same fucking scene. I didn't know how to handle it. Like, cause like, you know, Emily doesn't watch this shit, so I couldn't like, oh babe, you know what they just did? She'd be like, what? And I'll explain it. She'd be like, all right. This was just so.
And this is
like.
This is some
It
shit
wouldn't
that would
even
like
have been
literally.
that bad if they just did it the first time and then let the fight roll, but they kept
Yes.
doing it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're like,
So-
oh, this is the shtick for this episode. You're like, why though?
Yeah. So I'm not gonna go through like the cutting back and forth from this guy because it was literally the most annoying shit in my life. So
Yeah.
I'm just gonna go through the fight. Is everyone good with
Yeah,
that?
all I
There's
did
one.
was-
There's one. Yeah, go ahead.
I
Kyle.
did write a few things. There was a point where the cop was watching Hama's ground and pound game, and he's going on about his instinct and how he wishes he was like him. And like, I'm like, dude, this guy just straight up wanted to be grounded and pounded.
Yeah, he did do
Yeah.
it.
He did.
and then
And
then later on we
Go
see his grip strength, and I'm like, oh, that's why the cop.
Yeah, dude.
saw that?
He would
You wanted
fucking
that.
smash his dick. Hell yeah.
yeah, this cop is rock hard while this
Yo,
is all.
Oh yeah. While he's
That's all
explaining
I
the
had to say
story,
about all
dude.
that.
Yeah.
And the cop also gives like a 3-minute explanation for what a flashbang grenade
Yeah,
is.
there's
yeah.
two things. There's 2 things I wanted to touch on, and it was the flashbang thing where they explain it. They say the same thing multiple times during a 3 to 5 minute period.
Stun grenade.
But then they also have this thing where like he's gonna smash his head to the ground, right? And they're like, well, you see, when a rock is above it and then they hit, I'm like, I don't need you to explain to me that when you smash a dude's face into the fucking asphalt with your foot, it's gonna hurt. I know that. You don't have to tell me that it's gonna hurt. Like,
Right. I don't need to know how much force
What?
the skull needs to break.
Yeah.
Head stomp is one of the grossest things I've seen in a show.
it is, but why do you gotta tell? Why do you gotta
Like
tell?
this
me?
show
Dude.
consistently has some of the grossest things I've seen in any fight anime.
Can we
Yeah.
just talk about the fight
Yeah, let's get into it.
so we can talk about the
So
things in the
Spec-
fight?
Well, he's not gonna.
So
He's not
spec-
gonna go
spec-
over that. Yeah.
I am going over the whole fight.
I mean,
I'm not going over the cuts back and forth, but we just did, so whatever.
Okay.
Spec stops the car and is super fucked up. Like he's picked up the back tires while the driver's trying to drive away and then flips the car over.
Okay, for real though, real quick, this kind of pissed me off that he was amazed at the spec and flipped the car when he's fucking punched through walls and shit so far, and like, everyone in the police station knows this.
As soon as he was like impressed by that, I was like, fuck this guy all the way off. You know? Like nope. Spec had fucked up the whole police station at this point and flipped the car over. For my wrestling fans out there, that's a Braun Strowman. That's what we call that in the business because that fucking happened. He flipped over an ambulance and it was fake,
Yep.
but it was cool. And then Hanayama crawls out of the car and Spec just starts wailing on him with a fucking metal rod. And then, Hanayama gets up and Spec starts walking over to him and Hanayama's about to do some cool ass move and Spec just fucking kneecaps the dude with a gun.
He's like, I ain't fighting anymore, dog. You
Like
I know you
he,
strong.
he
man.
gives him 5 shots in the same knee, dude. It was disgusting.
and then he pulls out another gun.
He does.
Yeah, like he empties one gun, and this is America.
Yeah.
You know, like this is like this is the shit Reaper does in like Overwatch, right? Where he just throws away the guns
Right.
and gets new
Yep.
ones. He empties the one gun into one of Hanayama's kneecaps, and then pulls out another gun. It's a whole different gun. Like one was a revolver, and one was like a golden gun that wasn't golden.
Yeah.
And just kneecaps Hanayama in the other one. And then he stomps Hanayama's head into the asphalt.
The
like,
annoying thing was
multiple
when he
fucking
was shooting,
times.
he was going on the same fucking rant about how like, this is a real fight, like, you know, like, and
Yeah.
I was like, dude, it's 6 episodes in, and you're still giving the same
Yeah.
speech. Can you
Yeah,
fucking
it's
drop
fine.
it?
We are where we are. Yeah. And then he's like, he puts the gun in Hanayama's mouth and he says, "Good luck."
I love
And
it.
the fucking
I love it.
English was amazing. It was so good.
Yeah.
After that was the moment I was like, this is my favorite spec. movie.
Good luck.
And Hanayama does the most gangster shit, turns his mouth and opens it so the bullet goes through the hole where his cheek should be.
How do you think 50 Cent survived all those shots?
Right.
Fucking amazing, dude. And Hanayama gives him a classic face punch and then mounts him and is just wailing on this man's face.
Beats the shit out of him.
For those of you that have ever played God of War, this is what it reminded me of. There's a couple times where Kratos just like pounds someone's face into the fucking ground.
Yep.
And like is eventually just punching asphalt.
Yep. Especially in 3, he does that. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to spoil it,
Right.
but yeah, he does that.
Yeah, it's great.
He doesn't destroy Spec's face, but like it's a good old fashioned ass whooping.
Yeah.
You know?
He gets real close.
Yeah. And then Spec throws a flashbang grenade. And Hanayama's like totally unfucking affected and but like tries to punch and misses because there was like a split second where he was affected by it, which I didn't understand. And then Spec applies a perfectly executed rear naked chokehold. And I knew that that's what it was before they gave me the translation because I'm a wrestling
Oh
nerd.
my god.
Yeah, this is the perfect anime for you to plot Ituthadi on.
Oh yeah, it's amazing. And then Hanayama, oh god, Hanayama grips Spec's elbow so hard that it tears the skin, and like you see the bone and muscle
Yeah.
from Spec's elbow.
Yep.
Like he just grips it so hard he explodes
Yep.
it, basically.
Yeah.
It's pretty gross.
I kind of fucking love it.
I did
Yeah,
too.
this was amazing. I was like, holy
That's what I'm
fuck,
saying. Like,
dude.
the show's highs are so fucking good. That,
Yeah,
like,
that's
I
Imagine
don't
the
know.
handies he could give you.
Exactly. That's what the cop was thinking. He's like,
Ooh.
He's like, I don't even gotta get hard. He could just like milk it out. Just like,
Oh,
Oh my
boy.
god. He don't even got to stroke
boy.
it, dog. He'll just grip it once. He'll do that one jerk slurp, dude.
Ooh. Yeah, for those of you that don't know what the one jerk slurp is, it's when you get off in one jerk and then it goes straight up in the air and then you lick it out of the air.
Catch it.
It's quick and easy cleanup.
Quick
I
and easy
don't think
cleanup,
that's a
it's
real
the-
thing.
It is.
if you have a,
No,
It
that's
is,
a
if you
real
have a
thing.
beard, it's very dangerous.
It's
but-
when you.
No, it's definitely
yeah,
dangerous.
unless you.
but-
No, it's not. You gotta master it, dude. You don't just go into the one jerk slurp a fucking amateur, okay?
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah, so, you know, torn apart arm with a vice grip. And then Hanayama grabs Spec's thigh and does it to that part as well. Or
He
his
just
knee. I
he
couldn't
pulls
really
out
tell.
his inner thigh. He just pulls out
Yeah.
his inner thigh with his grip, which is.
Yeah. Fucking gross, dude. It's fucking good, though.
I'm just
Fucking
gonna
good.
grab a piece of you and rip it off. Just like.
Yeah. And at this point, I'm like, okay, this is the grossest thing that's going to happen in this fight. I am fucking wrong. I am fucking wrong. Spec puts his finger out like he's giving someone the middle finger and shoves his middle finger. Okay. He shoves his middle finger into Hanayama's brain through the ear.
Two knuckle deep.
And you know it's in the brain
Like-
because the dude literally has to say it. It went to the second knuckle and into his brain, and you're like, well, thank you.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. That was fucking awful.
Disgusting.
And like when it happens, like Hanayama's like, there's some blood that kind of comes out of his eye a little bit, and I'm like, this is disgusting.
he don't even
And
blink.
we've gone too
You
far.
don't even blink, dog.
He didn't blink, but like blood came out a little.
Oh yeah,
bit, you know?
yeah, it came out.
And then like that should have killed a man.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah.
I mean, this
Touched
whole
the brain.
time
And-
he's just acting like this is just a normal fucking Tuesday for him.
Yeah, Hanayama is straight up like Undertaker at WrestleMania, just no selling all of this shit.
Yep.
You know.
Yep.
Which isn't true. Undertaker sells quite a bit at WrestleMania. Anyway, and then Hanayama grabs Spec's throat, you know, like his vice grip shit, and just grips his throat until there is no more throat.
Yep.
This is
And then Spec is done, and Hanayama is just standing there,
Just
like,
screaming.
No
yeah, he's just
kneecaps,
screaming.
no brain, no cheeks.
And I was like, man, both these dudes
These
are
fights
done.
are
They're dead.
just good. Also,
It was
can we
amazing.
just talk about how this isn't actually an anime podcast? It's just some vehicle for Harris to like talk about wrestling finally.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
I'm excited.
That's why he
I'm
wanted to
excited.
come on it. He's like,
I was
fuck
like,
anime,
oh,
dude. I'm
finally!
just gonna
I've been
go.
wanting to do a wrestling
Yeah.
podcast the whole time. It's like
For
we're
a
talking about
while.
anime.
All right,
You're
I'm
like,
gonna
huh?
interject wrestling anywhere I can. Bro.
And I'm totally okay with it. That's what I
No,
wanted.
no, it's
That's why I
great.
picked you, Harris.
And this was the perfect podcast or the perfect anime for me to be doing the plot.
Yeah.
You know?
I feel like
sure.
if we get Bindo in this too, you guys would just talk about wrestling for like 3 hours.
Oh God. But see, like that, I don't.
I don't think Bindo actually keeps up with current wrestling at the moment.
I'm not sure.
No.
I think we've talked about it a couple times. So then I was like, yeah, both these dudes are dead, right? Because that's how life works. You get a finger to the brain and then your throat's ripped out, you're probably dead. But no, we cut to Spec in a hospital bed, but he's like largely deflated.
Yeah.
So Spec is normally like a house, and this was like he was like a scooter, you know? Like that's the best analogy I can give you. And some dudes are like, yeah, you know, this guy, we thought he was originally like 50, but he's actually like 97,
Yeah.
and in a week he's like withered away to nothing.
Pretty dumb.
And then we get a history lesson from 1976 California about some dude that found a ton of treasure and then jizzed and then died and was old as dirt.
Yep. I hate everything. Oh my god, dude. Yep. Okay.
That's all I'm gonna say about that. That's all I'm gonna say about
Yeah,
that.
you're right.
It was a lot longer than that. And then we cut back to Baki in school, and he's bored as fuck because he's like, whatever, dude, I'm strong as fuck. I don't give a fuck about school. School's for fools. And the teacher's like, well, you know, his brains are important, bro. They're more important than brawn. You're not going to be able to outrun a car. And I was like, he probably could. He's like, you're not going to be able to lift a car. I was like, he probably could.
my favorite part about this whole like scene is that he goes on way too long, right? And even the other students are like, man, he's being an asshole. Like,
Yeah, the teachers, the students are like, man, fuck this teacher. What fuck? Like, leave him alone. He's an idiot. And he's like, the teacher even makes a point of like, yeah, you see, like down there, no one could jump from there up here. And instantly, I'm like, someone's gonna jump from down there up
Yep.
there. And it's Boyle. He does it.
Doyle.
Tony, I don't even want to hear you correct anybody.
Idiot.
Listen,
Yeah.
I'm doing it. It's Doyle.
It's
Oh,
Doyle.
Doyle rules. Fucking A1 reference, homie.
Oh man, that was good. And so the teacher's like, "Hey man, you can't just come up in here." And then Doyle gives him the old what's it called? The thing where you bend your elbow back and punch the dude in the face behind you, and he goes flying.
yeah, just the backhand.
I can't remember what it's called. The backhand. And then Baki starts crying because he's like, "Oh my god, don't hurt me!" And then kicks his desk into Boyle.
Why
All
couldn't he just
saying-
kick the desk?
Doyle, fucking
All
Doyle.
I'm saying is, Doyle has the power of edge, and he knew the edgiest thing was to literally jump into the building right there. Like that's the reason why he could do it. It's just
Yeah.
because
Oh, for
smashing
sure.
through a window, he's like, oh yeah, I can totally do it. The edge
But see-
force is calling me.
Does Baki actually say like, "Please don't hurt me" in the translation?
Yeah, because he's like, he tries to throw him
Yeah.
off.
He's like, oh, it's gonna throw him off, but he's
Okay,
like,
in the one I watched, he thanked Doyle. He
Okay.
like thanked him for like
Maybe-
breaking
Oh.
that up.
That would have been so much
Maybe that's
better.
what it was. Maybe that's what happened and I missed it.
no, he
No,
cried
no.
and said, please don't hurt
On
me.
Netflix, it says
Okay.
like he's crying and it's just like,
Yeah, it's awful.
Oh yeah, because when he kicks the desk, he's like, "Just kidding."
Yeah.
Yeah, no. In the one I was watching, he's like, "Oh, thank you, Doyle."
that would have been
nice.
funny.
Yeah. And then Doyle. I mean, Doyle's not a bad guy. He was saying like, "Yeah, I was watching that teacher like berate you, and I felt bad. So here we're fighting now." And the episode ends. I give this episode an anime -4 out of 10 because we cut over it and we kind of gave a little bit insight into it, but the fucking cutback to the driver during the fight was so jarring.
Yep.
Yeah.
It killed that whole fight for me. Like right now, the way that I read it is the best way to interpret that
I
fight.
felt
That
like
fight should have
redacted
been
Ash.
best fight of anime.
Yeah. I just like got so much redacted shit in my head about those episodes because the actual fight was just so fucking good.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
It would have been great if we could have just watched it.
Yeah. Episode 7. Doyle. Okay, so I knew his name was Doyle because in episode 7 I had it right,
Boyle.
but in episode 6 notes I had it
Boyle, bro.
Yeah.
My boy Boyle.
I think I
Boyle,
just put them
Boyle.
together. This is the Boyle fight because that's Doyle and Baki together.
Right.
That's where I was.
Boyle.
And they square up in the classroom. You know, they're ready to go, and Doyle's ready to cut Baki, and Baki's like, you know what? I don't want to do this here, and jumps out the window and leaves.
What's harder, landing or jumping?
Probably both.
Because it's probably landing because it's harder on your joints.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
also,
also
you have to
jumping.
have enough force to jump up there.
Yeah, you fucking idiot. They're both not possible. Let's just say
Yeah,
that.
they're both not possible. I want to know which one's more
Apparently
impossible.
they
Well,
are
okay,
possible because anime's never lied to us.
Oh yeah,
You're right.
true.
Yeah.
My bad.
So like landing the way that Baki does is probably impossible, but like you could jump from like 2 stories and survive, you know.
Yeah.
So maybe that part's harder. But like having enough muscle to make that jump is probably not possible.
Okay.
Okay.
And Baki says something to the effect of like, "Oh, I got to protect my identity." Huh? I didn't know what he meant by that.
I don't either.
And then guess what, guys? We ran into the delinquent
Yep. I seen him and I smiled.
For
I seen
literally
him.
no reason.
for no reason other than Baki's just walking.
The
and sees
show's
them,
just
he's
like, hey,
"Oh,
this
guys."
will exist. Continuity.
And
And they're like,
I was still happy.
yeah,
I
they
seen
look at him
him.
and they're like, "Oh fuck."
I see. As soon as I see him, I heard Harris's voice enter in my brain, going delinquents.
Perfect.
Made me happy.
That's what I was going for. I said it a lot. I listened back to the first episode
Yeah.
for Baki, and I was like, man, I ran that
Look,
one into the
no,
fucking.
I
That's a
liked
sign
it.
of a good stand-up comedian.
Yep,
Like they
I liked it.
They find something that catches the crowd, and they just like they keep hammering it. And
Yep.
you know what? You sense that we liked the delinquent, and you were just like, this is it.
Hell yeah, dude. I want Harris to fucking hammer me, bro.
Thanks, guys. Y'all gonna make me cry.
Hammer me.
And so Baki like turns around after he sees the delinquents, and that's the end of him. We don't see them again.
Yep.
I was really sad. And he's walking by a gardener dude, and he's like, "Hey man, keep up the good work." And then all of a sudden, there's like a blade flying at Baki's head, and he ducks. And the gardener is Yanagi. And I complained about this last time about the one dude with the weight on just one side of the chain, and this guy's got two chains,
Two chains.
and kunai.
They're not
On both
kunai,
of
they're
them.
sickles.
And I was like, this.
Do you
I-
know
I
what a
wanna say
kunai is, bro?
No.
You throw
It's what I
it.
want it to
No,
be.
it's not a kunai. You throw.
This
a
is America.
kunai.
Any knife is a
They're
kunai
Bro.
sickles.
in anime.
They're sickles,
I
you
know they're
fucking
sickles.
idiot.
It's a joke, you.
No, it
fucking
wasn't. You
idiots.
don't even know what a kunai is.
Oh, what a
You don't know what a
funny
kunai is.
joke!
I've watched all of Naruto.
Ha!
At least somebody laughed at it.
Yeah,
Fucking.
because I was in it, right, Kyle? And jokes are only funny
Yeah.
if you're not in
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
All right.
I brought it back.
Keep going
I
about the
had
guy
that
with the
whole
fucking
situation
kunai,
written
you
down.
stupid bitch.
Yeah, so he's got kunai, right?
I mean, he probably has kunai on him.
Somewhere.
I'm sure he
Kunai
does.
just sounds like a STD at this point.
Yeah.
Don't fuck with her. She got kunai.
Nice.
Oh.
Nice.
Oh.
If I have a daughter, I'm naming her kunai now. That's a good one.
Stop it.
So yeah, Baki is scared by this guy's speed. He's like, "Fuck, dude, I don't know I'm gonna be able to dodge these fucking kunai." You know.
Oh my god. Yep.
And the guy, like Baki dodges one of the moves like pretty easily, but is saying how hard it is. And the dude's like, "You know what? You're kind of good. Here's one of my kunai," and gives him the thing, gives him one of them, and then speeds up the one that he's got left, and then swings it at Baki, and then it gets destroyed very quickly. And Baki's like, "Oh shit, dude, how am I going to defend against this?" And it's like unbuttons his shirt, and the guy spins the sickle or kunai, whatever, into Baki, but it hits the shirt first, and then Baki throws his shirt off because he feels it in the shirt.
Yep.
And I was shocked we didn't get an over explanation on this,
Same.
but I was like, you know what? I don't.
You
need
know,
it.
I was real glad the shirt came off because it really was bothering me the whole fucking time.
Yeah, it's really bad.
No, Baki
It's
does not
so
look
bad.
natural in clothes.
Yeah.
He does not look natural in clothes.
Especially when the camera like is like away from him and he just looks like a square. He looks like fucking Kanye West and Lil Pump in that fucking video they made.
Yes.
Oh
Yes.
boy.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's what he looks
That's
like.
the good one. That's true. That's exactly what he looks like. And oh god, I forgot this happened. And then there's a pot of water that comes flying at Yanagi, and he's like, "Oh no, it's boiling water attack. What am I gonna do?" And I still don't understand what the fuck happened the first time. And then he catches it, and it's cold water. And the old dude that he interacted with from the last episode, Goki, just is there and laughing because he threw the tea kettle at him and he caught it, and that means he lost. I don't get it.
Yep. It's dumb.
He's just a weird old pedo.
And I want to like it. I want to like it because it seems like it's funny, but I don't understand it. And then Goki gives Yanagi a palm uppercut and then a palm downer cut.
What?
Downer cut.
It's the opposite of an uppercut.
He like lifts him up
I wrote,
and then puts him down.
Yeah. And then, oh God. We get a history lesson.
I like
about,
to put people up and then put people down. Like, hey man, you look nice for once.
Yeah, that's a good one.
And this was it was another fight interrupted, and more information that went into my ear and then out my ear because it didn't pertain to the story. It added nothing.
It was 5 minutes of saying Yanagi has bad teeth.
Yep.
Yeah. So, history lesson for everyone listening: when you bite hard, you get stronger. And if you bite down hard enough, your molars will disappear.
There's actually a correlation
that's where we're
between
at.
strength and bite strength.
No, that's fine, but I don't care.
I'm just throwing that one out there.
It's fine. I'm fine being ignorant.
Yeah.
And there's something called the Way of the Void style of karate, which we find out Yanagi is skilled in, which is also called airbending. Yanagi, we cut back to Yanagi, and he's not fucking around, and he hops up and cuts Goki's glasses and arm. And Goki's like, man, what the fuck you using weapons for and shit? And he's like, I got tiger claws, bro.
Yep.
They're called Bog Knock, which means tiger claws. Knock means nails in Hindi and Urdu. I know that because that's what another language that I speak is besides weeb. And yeah, Goki and Baki, I get it. It's funny.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, all right, it's tag team time because that's how this tournament works. And Goki's arm is cut up and he blinds Yanagi with blood, and then Baki and then Yanagi spins Yanagi? Nope. Goki spins Yanagi towards Baki. Oh my God, this is
Here you go, you got it.
Now.
Okay, so Goki,
The little old dude,
that's not the bad dude, blinds Yanagi, who's the poisoner, the airbender, with blood, and then spins him towards Baki, and Baki knees Yanagi. And the music is fucking straight banging right now.
Yeah, it's banging. I'll give you that.
It's really fucking good. And then Yanagi tries to counter Baki a little bit, and then Baki does a straight punch, and then kicks him, but Yanagi bounces off of it. Right?
Yeah, they just do like a little exchange, and it's just to get Yanagi.
And the animation here is like really weird because it's like that CG, but like it seems like it's really blocky.
It's not good. Remember when
It's
we
Clearly,
were...
like
they
really
didn't care
bad
about this
CG.
fight as much as the last one.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's the animation took me out of it.
Yep. Like when we were talking about Demon Slayer, we're like, man, the CG is crazy how good it is. This is what the example of when I was like, yeah, in most animes it's not good. This is it. This is not good CG.
Yeah. So Goki grabs Yanagi in a full Nelson, or the Master Lock, depending on which era of wrestling you grew up in. And he's like, all right, Baki, get your licks in, bro. And Baki walks up, and Yanagi kicks Baki in the face and breaks out of the full Nelson. The Master Lock has been picked. And then we find out that Yanagi is the guy who had no molars from the history lesson, and his way of karate is called Way of the Void. And he's like, do you know what the most poisonous gas on the planet is? And I'm excited to know because we didn't find out last time. And he walks up to Baki and just claps him on the face.
Yep.
And then we
When he says clap him on the face, you need to explain it because it's not a slap to like the side. He takes his opened hand and slaps him on the front of his face, like on his nose,
Like over the nose
mouth,
and mouth.
forehead. Yeah,
Yeah.
like it's.
Yeah.
And we also need to go over the fact that Baki just like lets him do this when the other
Yep.
guy's freaking out, just screaming like, "Don't
Oh, yeah.
let him touch you!"
I love
Yeah.
it. No, actually, it doesn't say don't let him touch you. It's just funny that he's just like literally like, hey, by the way, his secret technique is, yep, that's it right there. It's
Well,
literally.
no, he screams. He screams, hit him. He's like, hit him, and then Baki just like stands there.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Yanagi's giving like a.
Baki's been jobbing
fucking
literally
monologue.
the whole season.
Yeah, he's a
It's so
he's a
bad.
non-character.
Yeah,
He's the
we don't
worst
care
character
about
in
what's
the show.
going on, but apparently Baki's very interested in the most poisonous gas in the world in his dental history. So,
He's fucking entranced, even though he was like bored as shit in school,
Yeah.
you know. But he's fucking entranced by this
Yep.
guy. So we cut to a hospital, and there's a dude that's like, I don't even know how to describe how big this guy is. He's the size of an entire hospital room.
Yeah.
They had to put like 5 beds together just to get this guy in the room. And someone claps to kill a fly in the room, and the dude like is chained down, and he breaks out of the chains and cowers because he's fucking scared because he heard someone clap.
Yeah, and
And we kind of get like an image of Yanagi's hand over this guy's mouth, so it's like this guy was put here by Yanagi.
Yeah.
So then we cut back to Baki, and Baki basically falls over, looks like he's dead.
Yep.
And Yanagi's like, the most poisonous gas is oxygen. And you know, there's a meme that was like, what if oxygen is the most dangerous gas and it takes 70 years to kill you? And I was like, this man just is a time traveler.
He's got the meme.
Yep.
He's got the meme.
Got the meme.
And then he does.
And he's like, yeah, Baki.
This is when he like the airbender dude. He's like one of those guys that like he's looking to brag all the time about something. Like he did something, like he's proud of it. Like we know that he's proud of it, but like the second he does it, he's like, oh well, actually, let me just talk about it. Like he literally turns to the old guy. He's like, well, since you're begging me to explain my ultra secret move, and I'm like,
I forgot that happened. Yeah. He tells him like, well, let me explain
oh,
to you.
he's like,
since
well,
this
you
guy's
must be
out."
needing to know what happened. He's like, no, I can see what happened. You clapped him.
Yeah. You clapped him and he's out.
And he makes a point to say that Baki will be out. He'll be knocked out for a day and a half.
Yeah. 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 So he goes into an explanation and it says like, you know, you can, if you breathe in like 6% of oxygen, which is not enough for your body to like process oxygen, it'll shut down your whole body. And he's like, yeah, you know, I was practicing on like glass and wood and concrete on like breaking, like making a vacuum with my hand and breaking it. And I just didn't know what to do with that information.
Not a lot you can
But
do.
now that you say he's an airbender, I'm fucking, I love this guy. But
Doesn't that
fucking
mean
got me.
oxygen isn't the most poisonous gas because he's literally making less oxygen?
like yeah, I don't know.
I don't know.
I mean, the lack of oxygen is the most poisonous gas. Just doesn't sound as good
Yeah.
as like
Look,
oxygen is the most
he
poisonous.
knows how to
gas,
sell
you know?
his shit. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. You know, like sure, fine.
I mean, he could just say his palm
And then-
is the most poisonous gas.
Palm stink. So then he does the palm vacuum thing to concrete to show how powerful it is, and then the police are coming, and he's like, "Oh shit, 5-0, they're gonna do things to my body because I am afraid of cops for some reason."
Yeah, I don't get that shit.
And then he trampolines off Baki's pecs over the concrete wall, and then Baki's up, and he's like, "What?" He's like, "What happened?" And Goki's like, "Dude, you fucking lost, bro."
And
He's
they
like,
treat
oh,
it
hey,
like
he's going
a
to be out
big
for
like
a day and a
reveal.
half. Just kidding.
Yeah,
Well, obviously that's to show that Baki's like strong.
garbage. Nah, whatever. And yeah, and I give this episode an anime plus 2 out of 10 because it was so like straightforward, and there wasn't like weird cuts besides like the hospital and the history lesson. But like, yeah, this was great. This episode was fine. I had no problem with this episode. I know I didn't sound very enthusiastic, but that's because the next
Yeah.
2 episodes are fucking
'Cause
amazing.
there wasn't like much to episodes 7.
Yeah.
That 7 wasn't like my slumping notes. Like I was just like, yep, things happen. Like I don't know.
Yeah, I had
But
3
episode
things
8 and
written down
9
for
though,
notes.
oof.
Oh boy. All right. I'm excited. Here we go. Let's get some energy up.
You got it? Anyone?
Yep. Got it. I'm there.
I-
I'm there. I felt that
I
in my
got
soul.
there.
So
I can just see the giant
I do get a
blue
little.
blob on my fucking Audacity when I did that.
Yeah, that's a good one. I get a little confused on the people here, so please correct me. Because Kazumi and Kato look similar.
I
sometimes.
honestly, I haven't like I didn't remember their names. I keep switching up
Yeah.
who is who and what their relationship is. It's honestly really stupid for me. Like this is probably the most complicated relationship because this is meant to be a starting point for the anime.
Oh yeah,
And like this is the one that like okay, we actually do gotta explain a lot about what's going on.
it's all
Okay,
over the
there's
fucking place.
Ponytail, there's Stub Hand, there's Dumb Kid, and then there's the new one that shows up this episode.
Yeah. All right. So episode 8, we cut to like an old school temple, you know, as exists in Japan, and the 5 dudes that Tokugawa brought together are all there, and Tokugawa's like, man, what the fuck's going on, man? Y'all fucking suck, you know? Like this is UFC versus WWE, and y'all fucking out here jobbing, bro. Like Baki already fucking lost.
Completely
Someone else lost, which I'm not
ignores
sure.
the fact that Hanayama just ate Specs'
Yeah.
ass.
Yeah.
He's just sitting
didn't
there
say
with
that
like
at
some
all.
bandages on his face, looking cute.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And by the way, Hanayama's there, and he's
Yeah.
fine.
Yep.
Like he's just bandaged up.
Absolutely fine. Nobody ever gets
This
hurt.
is actually probably
Yeah.
an average Tuesday for this dude. He looks hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
I literally do not know how life and death works anymore because of this. Anime. But we'll talk about it. So yeah, Tokugawa's like, man, fuck's wrong with y'all, you know? And Hanayama's like, dude, look at me, look at me.
I'll fuck you up, bro.
I got fucked
yeah,
up.
look at me.
Like, fuck you saying, bro? And Tokugawa's like, no, listen, you're not understanding me, okay? I'm not mad. I'm fucking sad, all right? Because you guys are supposed to be the fucking best, all right? It took me years to build this fucking company. It was handed down to from my parents, all right? I brought all the territories from wrestling together into WWE. We're a fucking monopoly right now, all right? And you're gonna pull this weak shit on me, bro?
I forgot the Vince McMahon connection.
Yeah. He's like, bro, my stock has the stock for the company has dropped 30% since the
pay you
beginning of
guys
the year.
so
What the
little?
fuck are y'all doing?
You guys have no health care?
Right.
Yeah. Get your shit together, bro. I can only afford 1 private jet this year. All right? 1.
Get out of here.
All right?
Bullshit.
Get the fuck out of my face. And Baki's like, yeah, you know, I'm just going to fucking leave because I'm 17 years old and I'm emotionally unstable to be handling with this. That's not what it really says, but Baki's always trying to leave somewhere, you know? Like,
He's just trying to be the
He's always trying to
17-year-old
leave.
too cool for school kid.
yeah. And so he opens the door and Mr. Dorian is there and we get some more English. He says, good evening, gentlemen.
I love it.
It's so
I
good.
love his English.
It's so good.
And so,
And he's got a bucket of gasoline. And Kazumi Orochi shows up behind him and is like, yo, give me your fucking lighter. I know what's coming. And then kicks the gasoline into him and then sweeps him off his feet and then mounts him with the lighter. And is like, bro, I'm going to light you on fire. You ready? You ready to get lit on fire, bitch? Nah, I ain't going to light you on fucking fire.
I was just
and walks away.
playing.
He's like, if I light you on fire, they ain't gonna let me be a wrestler no more, you know, because they like don't like that shit. And then he's like, you know what? Fuck a wrestler anyway. And then lights him on fire.
He said JK and then walked away and was like, nah, JK, and then threw
Yeah.
the lighter at him.
he's like, but what if I wasn't JKing then? Then
Then
what?
what?
Yeah.
Then what? But what if I did light you on fire though? Then what?
Yeah.
Oh, that's fucking
And
good.
he lights him on fire, and Dorian's like writhing around because he's on fucking fire. And Kazumi is Dopo's son, so Dopo's like, he's like kind of proud of him, but is then like gives a whole explanation of what a true martial artist is, and it's like a true martial artist is someone that doesn't bring their own weapons, but will use whatever weapons has.
I love that he
available
just
to
starts
them.
naming off things. Like, there's a guy on fire
Yeah.
in the fucking room, and
Yeah.
he's like, maybe like a
Yeah.
belt or like your shoes.
Yeah. He's like, if your opponent brings a weapon, you can use it.
Yeah.
If you got shoes, you can use it. If you got a belt, you can use it, bro. But like, I don't get the sense that he's proud of Kazumi, but at the same, I don't know. It was
Yeah, it was
fucking
weird
weird.
as shit.
And so I was like, well, Dorian's fucked. And then Dorian snaps up and looks extra fucking crispy. Looks like he's got fucking leprosy. You know, like just fucking boils everywhere.
Of course, he didn't die either from just literally getting lit on fire with gasoline. Whatever.
Yeah.
Who
What's he
cares?
supposed to do?
He's
Die?
fine. Yeah, like come on. I don't know how life and death works in this
Yep,
anime.
you're right. My bad.
And then blows out like a bunch of smoke from his lungs because, you know, he was on fire. And he's like, all right, which one of you motherfuckers am I fighting, bro? It's go time. You know, I just got warmed up. Get it?
Good job.
That's your best joke. Man, you are the funny one on this podcast.
Oh, yeah. That was a good one. I just came up with that. And so Dopo's like, Dopo is ready. But then someone else shows up. And his name is Kiyosumi Kato.
Yep. Thank God they're introducing more characters. You know,
Yeah.
that's what we need.
And he's just like, everyone is like shocked that he's here, and they're like, this guy's a real fighter, dude. He's like Brock Lesnar. He was in the UFC and then came to the WWE, so he's like right in the middle of both of this shit. and his favorite guy is Spec, so he just gives Dorian a swift kick to the gut.
Yep.
And then gives him a punch to the philtrum,
What?
which is the mustache area. Or philtrum? I don't fucking know.
Honestly, I could have said it like 2 minutes ago, but you said it, and now it just fucked up my brain because I have no idea what the fuck you just did to me.
Fultrum.
Filmtrum.
Philtrum.
Filmtron.
It's a mustache area. And then Dorian like tries to counter it with like a punch, and then Kato's like, "No, fuck your counter, bro. Give me your fucking ear."
Yep.
And chops and takes this man's ear off. And I was like, man, he just gave him a swift chop. Nope, this motherfucker's been all about the magician life too, you know. And he's got wire too.
Yep.
You know, like this guy's just a mash of like four people
Yeah, I
together.
don't-
They really, whoever made this anime fucks with magicians real hard.
Yeah, it's fucking good. Like it's like a wire, but like with some sort of
It's
like,
it's a
hook?
nylon wire with a rubber hose around it. So like you tie a knot and
Yes.
then you have a rubber hose, so you have one end to hold, and then you can use the.
yeah. Fucking
And he's like this shit
fucking
cuts
great.
through ears and nose, easy as shit.
Yeah.
I'm like that's gross as shit. Like that's honestly.
Thank God I have this
fuck is wrong
this
with you?
specific weapon for cutting off ears and nose in my pocket. Stupid.
Yeah.
Right,
Stupid.
he's just a psychopath, I guess.
Yeah, this dude's fucking wild, dude, and he quickly becomes like my favorite.
Oh my God.
I love this guy. He's fucking wild. I don't know what the fuck is going on. And you know, like Dorian's fucked up. He's like kneeled down because he's got his ear cut off. He's got fucked up, and Kato's like, "Yeah, man, Dopo, how do you feel about that shit, bro? I just wrecked this dude." And Dopo's like, yeah, you know, it's all good and shit, but, you know, this is what real karate's about. And then gives Dorian a fucking kick to the back.
Yep.
Like, Dorian's done. He's, like, miserable at this point. He's basically lost, and Dopo just fucking kicks him in the back again. And then launches into a tirade of, like, fight's not done till fight's done. But Dorian's got Kato and Kazumi tied up with piano string. It's not the same string that he used to cut Dopo's hand off. It's piano string. And he's like, yeah, I'm gonna fucking dice you guys like Rui from, you know, Demon
Hell
Slayer,
yeah, dude.
because he's seen the same shit we have, and he's like, ooh, that's a good idea. I should
Yeah.
try it." And then Dopo gives the wire a swift chop.
Yep.
To cut it.
Yep.
And Dopo's like, see, Kato, what you got fucked up here is eventually you not need that wire. You make your hand the wire.
Which,
you know?
it cut off his other hand. I didn't really understand that.
Yeah. He like again, Dopo's on fucking crack. You know, he's been out in the wilderness for like a long fucking time. He's doing shrooms
Yeah.
out there. You know,
Just-
he's getting real in touch with quote unquote nature.
Hell yeah, dude.
So he's just like
He's been
hippie as
talking about
fuck.
how,
Like, you know, you
cool
make your hand a
life has
blade.
been since he's been off the internet and just like off
Yeah.
the grid. Like he's so much better about it.
Yeah.
Hell
Yeah, like my life is so much
Yeah.
pure, you know? Like
Feels like I'm
Yeah,
actually like living
like-
life, you know.
yeah, like being part of nature is
I'm
its
living,
own high,
laughing, and
you know?
loving.
Yeah. Every day. And I don't know. I didn't know what to do with that information. And then Dorian pukes up a grenade.
Yep.
So
This show's great.
Oh.
so let
How do you not say the show's great?
let me walk you through this one for a minute. So Dorian's been like talking, he's taking like kicks to the gut, he's taking all kinds of just getting wrecked, and then pukes up a grenade.
Yep.
Like a full hand grenade.
Right out of his mouth.
He just deep throated a
Right out of his
grenade
mouth.
like on the off chance he would need it later. Like how often how many times did that not pay off for him? He's like, oh, I didn't need that grenade
Right.
for this fight.
Shit, now I gotta shit it out. Uh-oh.
And also, how hilarious would it have been if they had like lit him on gas? Well, they did light him on fire, and he just sat there, and then he just exploded for no fucking reason.
We're like, what just happened?
Oh man.
Oh shit.
That would have been good. So I don't know how grenades work. I'm not that American, I guess. And he throws the pin and throws it at everyone. And then we see an explosion.
And nothing happens. Nobody gets hurt. No. Oh my god! I'm surprised the building even blew up, dude. Like nothing happens. I fucking hate this show.
So after the grenade goes off, we cut to the police being on the scene, and they're interviewing or interrogating Tokugawa. They're like, "Hey man, what happened?" And Tokugawa's like, "Yeah, I don't know. Like the grenade went off, and then someone threw me into the courtyard, and I don't know where everyone is." It's good.
Oh,
it's really good.
So
I like
dumb,
it.
dude. I hate this shit.
And then we cut to Dorian walking through the streets of Tokyo, and like he's all wrapped up and shit. Or not Tokyo. I don't know where the fuck they are, I guess. And then he walks into an alley, and there's some drunk business guy like pissing.
More piss.
More piss.
So much
more
piss,
piss.
dude.
My note was literally more piss, and then I put a colon, and then like 4 parentheses, like just a bunch of smiley.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
this-
also, he's a
and the-
Hydra homie.
Yeah.
Yep.
Clear piss.
He's just
Clear.
pissing
Demon
into his
Slayer-
hand after that too. Like
Demon Slayer had the arm fetish. This show has a piss fetish, and now I just want to go and piss on people's arms. I don't know what to feel. Like my body is so confused.
I already had that inside me. Hashtag please
Right.
don't listen to this podcast, mom. But like,
Bro, I'm sending this shit to your mom right when
No.
we're finished. Like, oh, you know your boy likes to piss on people?
Oh. That's normal.
That's normal.
It's okay.
Yeah, it's okay.
It's a dominance thing. It's what you know. Dogs do it to mark territory. We're basically dogs.
Right.
But yeah, this guy's like drunk as fuck, and his piss is super clear. So someone's taking care of him,
Right.
but they're not taking care of him enough to like make sure he doesn't piss in alleyways. But you know, whatever.
You can catch a case for that, bro. That you get on a sex offenders list.
Yeah, especially if it's by school.
You gotta calm the fuck down.
Yeah. So where am I? Yeah. So then Dorian like scares this dude away. This business guy runs away, and Dorian opens a sewer and slides down the sewer. You know, he's on his Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle shit. And this sewer is clean as fuck, dude. And I don't know how the sewer infrastructure works in
oh,
Japan.
they actually have like an amazing sewer system.
Yeah, I remember like in Bleach they kind of talked about it a little bit, but I was like, that's a Soul Society. I don't think the Soul Society is Japan.
No,
but
it's a
I don't know,
real
whatever.
thing. Like their sewer system is nuts.
That's crazy.
But also, still going into a sewer when you got burn wounds doesn't sound smart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know how Japan works, dude.
Get infected.
Literally, none of these people have ever cared about their injuries this whole fucking time, Kyle.
No, injuries aren't shit, dude. Like, it's nothing. So he walks down the sewers, and there's like a room down here. And he's like treating his wounds. He's like patching up his ear. He's got like some off-brand whiskey called Wildlife instead of like Wild Turkey.
I mean,
he's
it's
just, like,
probably
hanging
not
out.
off-brand in their universe.
Maybe, I don't know. It could be. You know, I mean, like this. He talks about like this hideout being from like the 50s or something.
If
like,
Like
Dorian
World War
drinks
II era.
essentially drank
Yeah.
wild turkey, like I'm judging him, dropping off my favorite characters.
Right.
I mean, well, it'll put hair on
Yeah.
your chest. You know?
Yeah.
so he's like treating himself. He's all like getting all cleaned up and shit. And then Kato walks up in here and is like, "Found you." And I thought it was Kazumi for like a minute, dude. This is where I got confused, but it's Kato. And Kato kind of gives him like, he's like, "Oh, I'm a sneak attack you, bro. You gonna catch a sucker punch." And then Dorian like doesn't fall for it again, and so he's like the smartest person in the universe, doesn't fall for fucking sneak attacks no more, and gives him like an old style like palm strike that like Heihachi would do to someone, or like Paul, I guess, with like the Phoenix Punch. I don't know. And then Dorian does the like, this is up there with Hanayama, the most gangster shit I've ever seen in my life. He coats his hand in grease and then breaks all the bottles and then coats his hand in grease and rubs his hands in the broken bottles to get all this glass on his hands.
This is one of those things that had me fucked up with the fight because first off,
yeah,
there was so much prep for this. He's just like, all right, I got my
Yeah.
grease ready, got my glass, gonna smash. Okay, well, I gotta drink it all first, and like I gotta have all this ready. And like, how do you plan to do this? Like, how do you plan? All right, I'm gonna coat my hands in grease.
This
and
is
I'm
the
gonna
guy
get glass.
that eats a fucking
And
grenade.
then also, how do you train to do this? Like, okay, yeah, I'm gonna, I can't have my first time in a fight, my hands coated in glass. Like, that shit's gonna
this guy's
hurt me.
just Batman. It's all prep.
Yeah. It's true. This guy's Batman. This is what, yeah.
I want to know
That's
how
true.
when he
I'm there
punches
with
him,
this
how
one.
does the glass not go into his own hand?
Yeah, we
He
need.
just
grease-
doesn't give a
grease.
fuck.
Okay, we need to change Dorian's meme
grease.
from like autism power to just Bat Dorian.
Yeah.
Bat Dorian.
Bat Dorian.
He's got prep.
And then we find out that this style of fighting has been passed down by the Prohibition era gangsters.
Yep. Thank God we need to know about Al Capone in the 1920s.
Yep. And I was like, this like Dorian's Armstrong now, and that's the end of the episode.
Actually,
And,
at the end of the episode, he says basically, "Grease yourself up, bro! I dare you!" like some hot, hot ones challenge. Like, oh, you don't have to.
Yeah.
Like, you don't have to. Like, you don't have to do the last dab. Like, all right.
Yeah. He slides Kato the fucking grease and is like, "Yo, grease up, bro."
Grease up.
Grease up.
So in the translation
Fucking
I was
grease up.
watching, Dorian's like straight up tells Kato like, "Yeah, I was fucking selling the shit out of that stuff in that little fucking like meeting you guys were having because there was no way
Oh,
I was
yes.
taking on all 7." Okay.
Yep, he says that.
He I forgot that he said that. He's like, yeah, like I was just fucking around with you guys. Like I didn't really want to fight all you guys, so I just like let you guys think I was losing.
He hit him with the, "You haven't even seen my final form yet."
Yeah. He's like, like he's oh, I remember the direct quote. He says, "Acting like you're losing makes defeat better."
Yeah,
or
I was
something
like, that didn't make
Like,
sense.
Something to that effect.
Yep.
Something to that effect. I don't fucking know. I had it for a second and then I lost
Yep.
it. And that's the end of the episode. And this episode gets an anime plus 2 out of 10 because, like, it was a great fucking episode. But the beginning of Tokugawa saying that 2 people have lost, I didn't understand if they lost a tournament or just those fights or
They meant
what.
fights. Like the tournament is to the death, basically. So like,
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just kind of lost. Like, there was a couple of moments in this that I was like, I don't think I know what's going on, but I'm excited, Okay. Episode 9. Dorian tells Kato to, grease up, bro. Fights up.
He does also give him a chance to just straight up leave. He straight up tells him like, "Dude, you're not gonna win."
Dorian's like, dude,
and he's like mostly naked, but
this isn't
with
gonna
boots on, and that just like I hate that look. It's
I was half chubbed the whole time.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, dude. I was like, fuck it. Yeah, I was rubbing it.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. I love Dorian.
Yeah.
And then, God, okay, so Kato quickly becomes the stupidest motherfucker in the show. He sees this man put broken glass on his fists and then jumps at him barefoot first.
Yep.
Okay, so you caught this guy
Look,
underground,
look.
and you're like,
it's sleight of hand. He's a magician.
he fucking lubes up and puts broken glass on his fists, and the first thing your instinct tells you is to jump at him foot first. Barefoot first. Fucking
Over
idiot.
the glass.
Barefoot first. Over
Hell
the glass.
yeah, dude.
I didn't know what success looked like in this criteria for Kato. I have no idea. And Dorian, of course, just punches his foot. He's like, you fucking idiot. And Kato's like, I meant to get my foot sliced up because now I can get blood in your eyes. And then Dorian's like, fine, fuck you, dude. Here's glass in your eyes.
Dorian's whole
That's how that
fight style
exchange
is
goes.
like, okay, there's drunken fist, right? Where you're like, pretending like you're drunk, and this is like drunken mess of it. Like, cover yourself in fucking broken bottles of glass and just fucking be a hot
It's like
mess.
post drunken master style, like after you're drunk and there's just broken bottles
Because
everywhere.
drunken fist, it's like you still got your shit. Like, you can still party and hang. This one is more like you just destroyed everything.
Yeah,
No one even wants
in
to
a
be
fit of
around
rage.
you right now.
Yeah.
like the Spider Billy dad.
Right,
Like, this is him. This is his fight
Yeah.
style.
100%.
And then Dorian gets the glass in Kato's face and then punches him in the face because he's in range. And Kato's like, okay, you know what? I'm fucking done playing with you because that fucking hurt. There's glass in my face now.
Weird.
And takes off his coat and he goes into a tirade about how excited he is, and he is fucking erect, bro.
Yeah.
He's like, I get my rocks off to this shit, bro.
Hell yeah, dude.
Like not being the best gets me hard. And then Kato rushes in to Dorian and tries to poke his eyes and misses, and almost breaks his fingers against Dorian's forehead.
When did that happen in the Three Stooges?
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that they caught on.
They should have learned
you know?
from
And
Dorian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
instead of putting the hand up to block the eye poke,
That's what I'm
just move
saying.
down
Yep.
a little.
Just
a good one.
crouch a little bit. Break
Smart
their
defense.
fucking fingers.
And then Dorian does some extra gangster shit and breaks a bottle over Kato's head. And then stabs him in the face
Yep.
with the broken
And
I was
then
like,
he
oh,
does
this dude's
the
dead.
And then he does the fucking twist.
And he twists it.
Oh, it's gross as hell.
Oh,
Yeah,
man.
then when he twists it, you see the blood fucking spray on the ceiling, and you're like, oh my god.
The show has some of
Yeah,
the grossest
dude.
shit I've ever seen in
Yeah,
anything.
I just wish. Yeah, it's really good. I just wish there was consequences. He did that, and the dude's like, all right, yeah, cool. Let's keep going.
Look, the
wait a
show
minute, bro.
doesn't care because the show got to keep going. It's just, literally, if this was wrestling, you'd be like, yeah, fine.
Yeah. No, it's true. Okay, so on that note, last night, Kenny Omega versus John Moxley was a death match, and this was the kind of shit that was happening. It was fucking gross, dude, and I was like, this needs to stop. I can't watch this no more. It needs to be fucking over. This is real life. So this is how I felt with this fight. I was like, this is that fight all over again.
Right.
Yeah, hell of a match. So, yeah, Kato backs up because he's like, oh, well, I got bottle in my face. That fucking sucked. And he is fucked all the way up. His face is cut to fucking ribbons, bro. And he's like, you know what, Dorian? You're a nice dude because you could have done that to my throat and I would have been dead. And I was like, bullshit fucking lie, you'd be dead. No one dies in this universe, bro. Death is sleeping on this universe right now. It's like that episode of Family Guy where Death disappears and stops doing his job and people are like, oh, he can't die. It's this. And then Dorian's like, he says something. I can't remember what it is because I was just thrown off by what happens next. And he takes a piece of his beard hair and blows it into Kato's
Yeah,
eye.
I was really happy they brought it back and we got to see it work. It's the one thing I'm like, this is actually fucking awesome. I love the weird beard hair,
my
nose
God.
hair trick.
And then Dorian cements his place in my heart for the rest of my life and starts singing.
Show's got it all. It's got musicals. Oh, it's good. He's got good pipes too.
He's so
I
good.
hated
It
this
was
shit.
amazing.
I know he brought.
dude.
I know he
It
brought
was
him
so
down in the sewer
good.
too, so that way you get that reverb from the fucking.
Right?
Yes.
I hated it.
This man is Batman. He set it all up, bro.
Oh, I hate it.
And he starts singing, and it is beautiful.
No, it's not.
Honestly, it
It's
was
so
really
dumb,
good.
I
dude.
love
Fuck
it.
off.
Really
I love
good.
it.
Fuck off, both of you.
And while he's singing, he's just whooping Kato's. He's just kicking him, punching him with the fucking glass fists. Like, it is amazing. And I even wrote in my notes, okay, Dorian is my favorite. Easy. And Kato's like done. He's like, all right, dude, you fucking singing ass bitch. I want no more of this. And, you know, like, goes into like a mini pity party. He's like, you know, in my whole life, no one tell me that I'm good, except for when I do karate. And now I'm gonna do karate with bottles.
Which is the dumbest fucking thing.
Yep.
and picks up like 10 bottles in between his fingers. You know, like he thinks he's like Wolverine.
But with glass
Like
bottles.
everyone's done it.
Yeah.
Yeah, with bottles. And then throws a couple in the air and then kicks them and breaks them so they like shatter into pieces towards Dorian. And then does the most gangster shit. I mean, I say that a lot, but this was pretty
There's so
fucking
much gangster shit.
He takes the bottles and puts them in front of Dorian's face and drop kicks them.
Yeah.
This is also known as the move of the Van Daminator that Rob Van Dam did with a steel chair, but he does it with bottles.
Okay.
And the bottles break, of course, and like just get shards of glass all up in Dorian's face. And Kato's like on the offensive, like heavy as fuck, dude. He gets the eye pokes in. He fucking whoops this man's ass. Gives him the old low blow with the foot, and says that he crushed it. And he's just like, all of a sudden, like Kato's just in it, and he's like, yes, I'm fucking winning. Yes, yes, yes. And Dorian's like clapping every now and again, you know.
Yeah, you hear.
And he's at a certain point, Dorian like starts like begging for forgiveness. He's like, please stop. You're hurting me so bad. And he claps again and disappears. And I was like, oh, dude, he got him with some genjutsu shit, bro. Like, I've seen this before.
Right.
And Kato's like, what the fuck happened? And then Dorian shows up behind Kato, and Kato like swings with a punch and misses completely. And Dorian's like, yeah, bro, I definitely put you in some hypnosis shit because I fucking love magicians.
He really
You know?
does, dude. He's watched
I
that
fucking
show.
love magic.
What's it called? Now You See. No, what's that show with all the magicians?
Mind Freak, Chris
no,
Angel.
not Chris.
The Penn and Teller
idiot.
show.
The movie with all the people.
Now you see me.
Well,
Yeah,
then
now you see
you
Now
me.
would
You
have
See
said
Me.
movie, but you said show, so.
The Prestige.
The Prestige.
The Magician.
Magician.
Batman.
What? The Magicians. Batman. Harry Potter.
Nice.
Madoki Magica.
Yep. You're fucking.
Fairy
You're fucking
Tale.
getting them all, dude. Thank you.
Yeah. So, I feel like there was a good magic one I missed somewhere in there. Magic the Gathering.
Nice.
So, oh man. So yeah, Dorian's like, yeah, man, I've just been fucking with you. You were easy to hypnotize because you wanted to win so bad, and you're just fucking stupid. But I'm fucking done with you. And gives him a kick that just fucks Kato all the way up. Like the neck bends the whole other direction.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then the threads are back out, and he's like, you know what? Like, I'm done fuck with you. And Kato's like still kind of hard about losing. And Dorian pulls the threads while they're behind Kato's head and throat. And then we see a scene of Kato's like throat getting, you know, the fountain from the fucking throat.
Yeah, it was a big fountain too.
And I was like, he's dead, right? Because the threads like went through his neck, and he's dead. Because he severed the head from the rest of the body, because that's how thread fucking goes
Throat
through
pop.
stuff. And I was like, yep, Kato's dead. That's it. Back at the Shinshinkai dojo, Retsu is on some heavy yoga, like hot yoga shit,
Wet.
and is like sweaty as fuck, and then flexes and gets his sweat
For the
all over
record,
the
that's
fucking
the only
dojo.
way I get dry now. I don't need towels anymore. I'm getting out of the shower and I'm just fucking flexing it off.
Hell yeah, dude.
It's gross too, dude. The sweat was like thick when
Yeah.
it like landed on the
Yeah, it
ceilings
was
and shit.
Not good.
I'm really happy.
I was like, who sweats? I don't.
I'm really happy he taught us
does
this
that?
because now, like, you know, like when you fucking jerk off and you get it all on your stomach, you can just flex it.
Boom.
Oh my god, I didn't even think of that
Fucking
application. It's so
Yeah,
often in my life.
Well,
Right, dude.
you have to flex extra hard though, because like it's kind of sticky.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no, you got to do it like twice. You got to do the flex
No,
twice.
I got watery
Like we're
tongue,
not,
bro.
Yeah.
we're not. Ew, come on.
All right.
I've been pissing on my own
All
arm a
right.
lot, right? Because about that fetish thing. So like, me flexing it off has been solid.
Yeah.
Nice.
And my
Nice.
piss has been like leaking because of the whole, you know, chapstick that I can fit in there.
And it's
I'm
not
just
like-
bringing
right.
everything back from the
Hashtag
beginning.
mom, please don't watch this.
Right. Yep. Hashtag mommy's milky.
And Cody, it's not even like close to any kind of yellow, right? Because you've been drinking enough water.
Yeah, no, I
Hydrate.
don't even eat anymore. I just drink water.
Nice. Nice. So, you know, Retsu's doing his sweat flexing and then walks up to a punching bag and feels a disturbance in the force. And is like, I need to cut this punching bag open. And cuts it open. There's like packing peanuts in there. And then he finds Kato's dead body.
Yep.
And I was like, damn, dude, that's
Right?
fucking
There's
hard.
so much like
you know?
that. Okay, this one delivered because we knew that character, but that Heather scene with the hand and the stomping with Baki, like,
Yeah.
there's
Yeah.
hard shit in this fucking anime.
Yeah, just fucking hard, dude. Like think about that. Dorian had to sneak into this dojo, put this man in a punching bag, and sew it back up so it didn't look like it was.
He was
like,
gonna have
being
him
fucked
fucking
with.
punch it.
Or
Classic
Yeah.
goof.
like he just, it's
Punched
fucking
your
amazing,
pupil.
dude. Like
Hold on, you guys are making it out to be great, but Harris hasn't got there yet. But the reason this is all so bad is because that guy is actually not dead.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay?
Okay.
Like he should have had. First of all, that fight it was cool, but like they only swung like 3 times. The rest was just like pretend. And then, so nothing happened during the whole fight. And then the dude should have had his fucking head cut off, okay? His head should have actually been severed. He had an entire fountain of blood come out of his neck. And then he fell over and he didn't even have a neck wound. And then he gets put into this bag where we're like, oh shit, his friend just found him dead. And then the next thing you're like, yeah, he's hurt. He's
on.
hurt. That's
Hold
it.
on.
You watch your words. Next 10 animes you pick, every time someone should just be dead from something.
No. But this one, they explicitly showed him getting his
one
fucking
he
head
should have
cut
been
off.
dead.
should
pretty
be.
much,
Cody,
dude.
maybe you were
1000%
hypnotized.
dead. Yeah, you were.
Yeah, dude. I'm just saying, like, this was a fucking a showing. You know what I'm saying? Like, they wanted you to know this man was super dead.
and I'm like, yeah, when he's cut out of the punching bag, his eyes are open and everything, like he's dead.
I was like, oh shit, they finally
So-
killed somebody. That's fucking crazy. Now the show's getting real.
Yeah.
Nope.
So then we cut to Katsumi telling his Shinshin Kai brethren like all the injuries that Kato suffered. And I was like, oh yeah, they're gonna be like, yeah, that's what was found in his what's it called? The thing where you do the postmortem?
Autopsy.
There we go.
There we go. Yep.
Yeah. I was gonna say autistic.
Yeah.
I kept just. You said postmortem, like you just said it. The postmortem inspection, you fucking idiot, forgetting that there was a word for it.
Yeah. I'm an idiot.
I was stuck on obituary.
and
I'm
he-
like, yeah, they're gonna put all that in the obituary. Look how
Yeah, that's
fucked
what
up
they
he
do.
was.
Bro, he got his head cut off.
Katsumi goes on for like 2 minutes about all the injuries that Kato suffered, and he's like, you know, he's fighting for his life right now. I'm like, what?
dude.
What do you mean he's fighting for his life? Like, no, I was on the Cody shit.
Yeah.
Like, no way.
There's no way.
He's dead.
He's dead.
You're lying. And Katsumi's like, listen, Kato is one of us, you know, and he gives his people the warrior speech, you know, like, go get these fools because they killed our guy, you know. And everyone's fucking hard as shit. All these Shinshin Kai people are like, all right, we're gonna go fuck this Dorian guy up. And we cut to a restaurant where this guy is eating, and I was like, I think that's Dorian. And the waiter's like, hey man, the Shinshin Kai are coming for you, bro. Warriors come out and play. And Dorian's like, well, I'm leaving because fuck you, dude. Doesn't even pay the bill, just leaves. And a whole bunch of people are outside all staring hard as fuck at Dorian. And Dorian walks past them. Like, they all, like, open the way for him while he's walking. And then goes to a cab. And he's like, hey, cab, take me to Shinjuku, you know? And the cab starts driving. And Dorian's like, you're not one of them Shinshinkai folk, aren't you? And he's like, yes, I am. And so is everyone else. And then we cut to, like, this whole traffic jam of cars. Of, like, people in various walks of life. There's, like, a businessman. There's, like, a semi-truck dude. There's an ambulance. There's fucking other cabs. Like, just thousands of cars.
It was like the Avengers of karate.
Yeah. Like the on your left scene, you know? And this is
for
it.
sure.
I heard the fucking song.
And some fucking straight up Naruto music plays, dude. Like, straight up. I've heard the same exact song in Naruto. And the guy's like, yeah, we're all here, dude. All of us Shinshinkai. You fuck with one of us, you fuck with all of us, bro.
Gang.
Hail Hydra.
Gang. Hail Hydra. Hail Hydrate.
Hail Hydrate. I love it.
And then they're like, you know, we're going to an amusement park because that's where we take folks like you, bro.
So he was trying to
And,
leave,
You to
right?
Disney World.
Yeah, Disney World off hours.
Dorian was trying to leave.
This wasn't like
right?
Disney World, dude. This is like some straight up like off like some carnival that's been abandoned because the roller coaster broke down or some
Yeah.
shit. There's
This
some
looks like
sketch-
No, it
those
didn't break down,
temporary
it, like,
ones that
murdered
get
some
set up like
kids.
a week.
Yeah.
yeah.
But Dorian's trying to dip out,
Until they-
right? Like, he's trying to, like, leave
No, he's like, well, yes, that's what he says.
when he's trying to go to
He's like-
Shinjuku. So he's trying to leave.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
this is the shit I'm talking about. Like, normally, I don't really give a shit but this it's just so egregious in this show that it fucking hurts my brain. So in the beginning of the show, they say, "Oh, I want to taste defeat," and then he goes here, and when he fucks a dude up, instead of just going and fighting everybody else, he tries to run away and hide. You're just doing the opposite of what your main goal was.
But wait, hold on. Look, we'll get there in a second.
Okay.
Because he does say like this was all part of my plan.
But then why not just fucking go fight them?
But because he wanted them to find
He
him.
was hiding though. He didn't want them to find him.
Hold on. Okay, because this is a good part.
Okay,
yeah.
go
All right.
ahead.
So they get to the amusement park, and there's like thousands of people here, you know, and Dorian's like, and they're like, yeah, we don't know what you're doing here, but we were told to bring you here. And Dorian's like, okay, y'all brought me here. Y'all want to fight. I can feel it. Let's fucking fight. And the first dude walks up to him, and Dorian like fucking Neo's this man from like the end of Matrix,
Yeah,
you know?
he does.
And just like blocks everything with one hand, and then just fucking wrecks this dude.
Yeah,
you know?
good reference. Good reference.
And he's like, I'll fuck all of you up, cause you'll all fight me 1-on-1, and I'll fuck all of you up, you know. Yep. And then he takes his wig off because he was wearing a disguise, and his hair is just slightly lighter.
Yeah. Again, why?
The wig was the same hairstyle, just slightly lighter.
Yeah.
And he takes his glasses off, and he's like, "See, like y'all thought y'all fucked up. Y'all thought you were bringing me here, all right? I lured all y'all motherfuckers out."
He said, what I actually wanted was to fight this guy, and you guys brought me here,
Yeah.
so that's actually
Right.
thank you.
No.
Yeah.
No, that's not. You're
Yes,
wrong.
that's what he
Yeah,
says. Yo,
but
that's what he
not.
fucking
That
says.
doesn't make sense. He could have just went to that guy.
He didn't know where the amusement park was.
Oh my
He needed someone
God.
to take him. He's from
He
America,
could have just
bro.
walked outside
He's a
and
fucking
said,
tourist
"Hey,
in Tokyo.
I fucked up your friend. Take me to your master so I can fuck him up." And then they just would have done
Yeah,
it.
but he was hungry, and he wanted them to think that they were in control.
Oh my God.
Right?
It's fucking stupid.
Yeah, a good
It-
good
dude,
sub shows that like you like makes you think that you're in control, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
I guess,
you know?
dude.
Like Dorian's into some real shit. It's some Batman shit,
I'm
dude.
just-
He was prepping
I'm
for
just
this.
so mad, dude. Like right after this episode, I'm going to piss on Emily's arm. Bet.
This is some shit that Batman would do. Tell me this ain't some shit that Batman would do.
Yeah, Dorian's been planning this out the whole time he was in
Yeah.
prison.
He's like, then I'll get the grenade and I'll swallow that. Then I'll, then I'll go get some dinner.
This is what he was thinking. This is what he was thinking when he was threading all those people's necks with the wire. You know, like getting the whole plan
go
figured
get
out.
some
How he
dinner.
was gonna try to cut somebody's head off but not even kill him. Finish your stupid fucking
They'll
shit
light me
up,
on
dude.
fire.
Okay. So Dorian like tells all these guys about this story, and he's like basically calls them all bitch like to their face 8 times, and he's like, but you know what? I'm gonna go into this park anyway. And then the episode ends.
He does get it in the fight.
And this,
They just cut, like, the episode never ends on, like, a cliffhanger. They just cut, and they're like, credits. And you're like, what happened?
yeah, yeah. This episode got an anime out of 10 because I didn't know what the fuck was going on, and that fact that Kato isn't dead just shook me.
I would have probably
away.
liked the episode if he actually died. If there was any consequences to anything that happens in this fucking stupid show.
Yeah, I don't know. I do understand the criticisms, but like I'm on that Kyle shit now. Like whatever,
That's
dude.
fine.
I have to enjoy this.
Somebody has to like it.
I'm-
I really thought I would have been one of them because I'm fucking low brain as shit, and anything that has cool action I'm in for. But this is just
I just
so
can't wait
like-
for us to all agree on one thing, and then the episode, like the podcast, to be just garbage.
yeah. The podcast
Yeah,
episode will
because
be
we're all
like,
just
hey,
happy.
we like this, and then we'll just turn off the fucking podcast.
I think
I-
our best episode was the last one for Demon Slayer, where we all agreed that was a waste of time.
Where it was garbage, yeah.
That's fair. That's fair. I mean, I don't know. Maybe just like because I just watched wrestling, like right before this, like directly right before
Yeah.
this. Like there was 10 minutes from the ending of the
You got
pay
in
per
the
view
dumb
that I
brain
watched,
zone.
and then this. Right, and I was like, okay, dude, I'm here. I'm ready for some dumb, stupid action.
Because, like I
with
said,
no
there's
point.
2 paces for this show: hype and fight. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess the fight isn't that good, and the hype doesn't hype me.
Okay,
so-
the hype anti-hypes you. The fights are always fine. Like the glass to the fucking face and twist.
The fights are
The
okay.
fucking-
You haven't watched a lot of fucking
The
shonen
head
then, because, like,
stomps. Like I never seen
any
that
fucking
head.
fight in
I never
Bleach is
seen
better than all
someone
these
in Bleach
fights.
grab someone by their hand and then stomp on their face.
I'm gonna. Oh boy, bro.
Kyle,
I
the
think that happens.
Kyle, the moment Dorian's like, "Yo, I hypnotized you. You were sleeping that whole fucking time, you idiot." Come on.
That shit was dumb.
Yeah, that shit was so.
That shit was
stupid.
random.
That was pretty shonen.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
They,
whatever. It was
they just
fine.
do
I have no
everything they
problem with this.
can to not fight. That's the problem. They're like, all right, we're gonna get into this fight. We're gonna cut about 3 times. You're gonna not fight at all, and then I'm gonna explain to you what I'm doing. But maybe I won't. Maybe this guy will, because who gives a shit? Like, it's just a whole show.
Hanayama's gonna have to backpack this whole fucking tournament.
Oh my god, it
For
really
real,
is.
Hanayama's
He's the
fight
only
was
one
awesome.
ready to fight.
And he's immortal.
Right.
He's straight up just.
He's literally immortal. He had the grenade. He had bullets explode in his mouth, and he's like, "That's cool."
Oh man. Yeah. That's how I feel. Like everyone's immortal.
Yep.
I'm happy
Yep.
now. I'm happy now. Like I want them to just like have a throwaway line about that. Like so since we can't die in this universe, and then that's it. Like, I don't want them to touch on it anymore. I just want one throwaway line.
And then
of,
you're like, okay,
we
yeah,
can't
that's,
die.
that's fair.
So-
Like, at least we
No,
got
they
that
need
out of the
Dude,
way.
if Spec comes back at any point, I'm just closing this shit.
Yeah.
I'm not finishing it.
Yeah.
I'm
if
done.
Spec comes back, it's over.
They
That'd
should just be like,
dumb.
we're all immortal, and then like the old man looks at the camera and he just goes synchronicity, and then that's it. That's
Yeah.
it. That's the only
Yeah.
explanation.
That's how I want the anime to end.
Synchronicity.
If we okay, so I guess this is the part of the discussion before we do the dopest
Yeah.
list, or do you want to do it after?
Do
Doesn't
what?
matter.
I believe that we should talk about whether we want to keep going.
Yeah,
I think we should do that next episode.
Yeah, we should
'Cause
at
next-
least.
No, that was
Next
it.
episode's the finale, and then everybody can listen
Oh,
to it.
yeah,
if
that's
we
why I
want.
was asking. Like, we don't have to do the finale if you guys are really hating that much, but
No. I want to finish it. What we start, we fucking finish.
boy.
What we can decide if
We
we
are
want to move on
going
to
to
the
love
season
that.
2 or not. Yeah.
Yeah, I do not mind at all finishing this.
Yeah,
No,
we
we're
should at
finishing it.
least get to the
We don't
12 or
quit!
13 or whatever it ends on.
Yeah.
Yeah, we out here doing this for y'all, you
Yeah.
know. So y'all can you know, be happy with life.
What? are you trying to say?
I don't know.
What are you going for?
I don't know, man. I'm just.
I thought you were
tired.
gonna be like, y'all decide if we watch next. I'm like, no, you don't fucking tell me what to watch, dude.
No.
Look.
We're doing it. We're doing it for you
Look,
guys.
this shit's
so
great
that,
if you like
know.
mindless violence and you have to just like fast forward every few minutes to get past some random bullshit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Super
I tried
cuts
to
of
figure
this
out if
would
I
be
could
so
watch
good.
this on 1.5, and I couldn't find it on Netflix. I was really sad. I was like, fuck, dude.
Oh, that's.
I'm not gonna lie, I did that for some
Yeah.
of the Demon Slayer episodes.
Yeah?
Yeah, 1.5 did went on YouTube.
Oh, that's smart.
Nice.
I should have done that with this fucking garbage. All right. Dope as shit.
Yeah, dope as shit.
There's so much.
Most hated character.
Spec.
Oh, man.
Spec because he hates America.
Yeah, fuck that
I
guy.
think it's got to be Spec.
He's a terrorist.
I mean,
he's a
okay.
pedophile.
So what about like?
Oh yeah, I hate the pedophile a lot too.
The
pedophile.
The guy who threw the teapot.
Oh, Goki?
Goki, yeah, who just like did like two cool things and then just watched Baki get
He's
fucking
just so
clapped
fucking
on.
dumb.
Yeah.
I hate that character.
I'm still gonna say Baki.
I was kind of
is
like
the-
Spec a pedo. He's kind of fucking creepy around Baki.
Oh, I like that.
Baki's.
I think it's gonna have to be Baki for
Yeah.
me, dude. I don't know what the fuck. I don't know why this anime is named
Yeah,
after him.
it's not about him at all.
Because
He's
he's
done
just
nothing.
gonna be hard at one fucking point for no reason, and we don't
Bro,
know.
I mean, it's really-
we're on episode fucking 9 out of 13 for this first season, okay?
Yeah, we
It's
were on episode
nothing.
26 of Demon Slayer, and Tanjiro is still fucking crying.
No, well, he's always
on.
crying. Hold on. Tanjiro's like, oh! Oh! Fuck you, dude!
Oh, God bless.
Don't you compare anybody in
Oh,
this
man.
fucking show to Tanjiro.
I mean, it's-
There's so much rage
It's
in
gonna
my
be
body
like,
right now.
it's gonna be
It
like
hurts.
Stardust Crusaders though, because like fucking Jotaro like didn't do shit for like 2 seasons, and he was
I mean,
the JoJo
still,
for
like-
that fucking.
I guess.
Arc.
I don't know,
Dude, load management. He was keeping himself ready for the playoffs.
He really was.
Oh God.
So I'm going with Baki. Baki for most hated.
I think I'm either have to do Baki or Kato because, like, Kato was cool, but the fact that he's not dead makes me hate
Yeah.
him.
Yeah.
You should have died.
If
But
we don't
Spec
get
too.
everybody on the
But
Baki,
Spec too.
I'll give it to Kato.
Spec 2.
Baki's
Kato.
my personal most hated character because he's
Yeah,
nothing.
Baki's a sexual predator as well.
Yeah,
So
I'd change it to Baki.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, Baki it is. Good. Because I'm happy with that because fuck that,
Yeah.
man. Best fight.
come on.
Yeah, it's the
Wait,
opening
yeah.
episode.
Yeah, Spec versus fucking the mathematician,
I-
I
the
was gonna
gangster
say Baki versus
mathematician.
Doyle.
Kingpin with IT.
Oh,
I'm kidding.
yeah. Fuck you, dude.
I mean, I honestly for best fight I would have been fine with Dorian versus Kato because the fucking glass fist.
If it wasn't for the hypnotism shit,
Yeah, that
Yeah.
ruined the fight. And then there was no consequence. Like the dude didn't even like
Mm-hmm.
all that shit for nothing to outcome of
like
it.
if he comes back too, I'm probably just closing that shit, and I'm just.
They
leaving
already, dude. They already
No.
said he's alive. Like we know.
I
he's
know
coming
he's
back.
alive. Spec is still apparently alive.
Yeah. It won't be this season, but for sure the next part or whatever the fuck
No,
it's
I mean
called,
like
he'll
if
be
he
back.
comes back during like this arc at all, like during this fucking 5 inmate permanent bullshit.
I bet he does.
Like that man should be out of commission for like 3 years.
He's gonna come around with a bandage on his neck and like, I'm back and I've been training.
Ooh.
Fuck that guy. Fuck this show. Fuck
Also,
my
fuck
life.
Sikorsky. What the fuck's he been up to this whole time?
Right? Just
Those will be the next
just being
episodes. They'll get
Wolverine
into it.
out in Canada.
I bet they get into the next people.
pissing on a tree.
He's still pissing on that guy.
He's just after wrestlers.
Yeah.
Like he doesn't even know. He's like, I can't remember the 5 guys that we saw in that arena, so I'm just gonna fight everyone I find. And it's just not interesting for us as viewers, so they don't really cut to
Yeah.
him.
So we
Oh,
do an
but they'll
IT
cut to that
Kingpin.
dude's fucking dental history.
Yeah.
All right, IT Kingpin versus Spec wins.
The inside brain. Oh no, that's the best.
Yeah,
scene
that was the best
from
scene.
last time. What's the best scene?
Oh,
Finger in the brain.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that was a good one.
Dude, just the fact that he like didn't even care that dude's whole fucking finger was impaling his head.
Yeah. Well, plus when he had the finger in the brain, we also seen dude's face, and I thought that was a good like scene of just his face being exploded apart.
Oh yeah,
They
when
were,
it
like,
first shows his fucking cheeks just being gone, you just see all the fucking tendons hanging out.
Yeah, that shit was nasty.
I'm going Apnea Rush.
Ooh, fuck! I forgot about that. Ooh, finger and brain though is really. Oh, that's a tough one for me.
Definitely finger and brain for me.
I'll go with Kyle. Actually, I'm going with Apnea Rush because that's the only one I wrote down. Was like, this is fucking awesome.
Boo.
Jason, you're the break.
I mean, I voted for finger and brain, dude.
Oh
Yeah,
fuck.
finger and brain, bro. Like I want to know what you're thinking with my finger.
Well,
What
fuck,
am I
we're
thinking?
tied.
Come on.
This is why we need 5 people because when we get tied, we have no.
No. Okay, I'll tell you why the apnea rush was
All right.
garbage because I've seen that before. I've seen it before.
You know what?
Yeah,
Can
I
we just
have
have the
two.
whole fight be the best scene?
Yeah.
Even though it's kind of like
Even though
2 fights.
It's like 600
But it's
scenes.
already best fight.
Yeah, and it's also best scene.
I'll do finger and brain actually. Yeah,
finger
Harris
and
is right. I've seen the apnea rush like in every other fucking anime. Like if you watch One Piece, you're gonna see that 70,000 times an episode.
Yeah, it's nothing new.
Fine, you
Yeah,
convinced me.
Yeah!
good.
I need to see Luffy do a fucking finger and brain and then stretch his finger so it goes out the
Yeah.
other ear.
Ooh.
Hell yeah, dude.
I want I want him to extend his arm into someone's ear and then out the other side with the brain
Nice.
and then just crush
Nice.
it. You know?
Fuck
Isn't
yeah,
this
dude, like a
Mortal Kombat
fatality.
That's what I'm
shit?
looking for.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm in it. Baddest waifu, Dorian. Right?
Dorian after the burns though. I
Yeah.
want him with the lighter hair.
Dude, he was rocking that hot pants and fucking boots combo.
Yeah, the hot pants and
we're going
boots was
hot pants
fire,
boots.
dude. I'm going Dorian hot pants
Hot
boots.
pant boot. I felt things.
Hot pant boot Dorian.
Pant.
Yeah. Show's making me question a lot of
Best-
shit.
Best villain, Death.
Baki's shirt.
Fucking absent, bro.
Yeah, Baki's clothes,
Baki's shirt's
dude.
a good one.
Baki's clothes.
100% best. Baki.
Holy fuck, good shit, Jason.
Baki's
Oh
clothes.
my god,
Yep.
that's perfect. Fuck his.
We didn't touch on it a
Jason
lot,
says
but it
something
looks
funny
really
this whole
fucking bad.
podcast.
Baki's clothes are definitely best villain.
Oh, you skipped best episode, dumb bitch.
No, that's the last one I do.
Best be the first one you do, you stupid fucking idiot.
No, because we have to go through scene and fight, and then we can discuss it.
All right, fine, do it.
Episode 6.
Best episode.
It's episode 6.
It's got to be episode
Yeah.
6, right? Like it can't not be.
Physically
Well,
can't
I don't
be.
know the.
I'm fine with episode 9 being the best episode, to be completely honest.
I would say episode
and we're
7.
between 6 and 9.
Yeah.
I
I'm
kind of
like,
want to
stop
vote
it.
episode 7 because I think that was a better half of that fight.
The better half of the fight is on 6.
Yeah, it's on 6.
five. Yeah.
7. No,
The
this is the one that
kneecapping?
nothing.
Yeah, that's on 6.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
I forgot we only did
Yeah.
4 episodes first time. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, 6.
Yeah, I'll give it to 6.
Okay.
Just because IT Kingpin was dope.
Oh my god. I would if the show was entirely about him, it was just IT Kingpin, like him just like solving fucking
So,
like connection issues. Well, like
But like,
With his muscles.
with his muscles,
With his
yeah,
muscles.
the way
kneecapping
he,
people.
the way he solves them is he fucking like puts himself into the computer and beats the shit out of the viruses that are in there, and then like that's
Yes.
him fixing your
and
computer
and him
problems.
just discussing how the Yakuza, there we go.
Yep.
Yakuza have really good dental.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Just
Yes.
regular like office shit. That'd be the best show ever.
Nice.
I was like
man.
really confused at why he like saved Baki's little date. So I like looked up the wiki for this show, and apparently him and Baki are like best friends, and they consider each other like brothers, even though that's not like touched on at all in this.
What?
Yeah.
Okay.
So there's that, I guess.
Sure. That's why he saves him while he's on a
Yeah.
date. That's why Baki was going on a date, because he's like, my boy IT Kingpin's got me, bro. He's tracking my phone.
He's like, I don't
you know,
even-
Right.
like I got my Apple
He's
Find
like,
My
I don't-
Friends.
he's like, I ain't got to sweat.
Yeah.
I ain't got sweat.
It's yeah, it's pretty
yeah.
pretty great.
So yeah, we're I guess that's it for us. We're gonna try it one more time. For that last 4 episodes for this first part, and then we'll circle around and see
Also,
what
I have
the
no
wagons
idea
have
what's
to say,
coming on these
you know?
next episodes, but I'm just gonna call it. You guys are all gonna love it, and then I'm gonna be.
No, you're absolutely
And
wrong.
we're going from me never being able to pick an anime again to like, oh, Kyle has to pick the anime.
Kyle's the only one that can pick now.
No,
it's
no,
not-
no.
I'm gonna watch
already-
him
I'm
today
already
to tell
looking
you I
around.
hate him later on.
Yeah, I'm actually thinking
I'm
about
already
just
looking.
replacing you on the show already.
What, you
Because
can't
you picked
replace
this
the
shit.
funniest guy.
No. This is what we do. We don't replace Kyle. Like I kind of said this before we started. Like put him in a different channel while we're recording, and then just have him say random shit every now and again, and then just overlay the audio.
That's basically what
you know?
I do, anyways. I mean, I barely interacted with you. Everything I said this podcast, I had on the script.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, like it's perfect. He could do it, and then we don't have to like react to it.
I
at
just
all,
don't-
and then just put it in when it's silent.
Listen, you say that right, but then I gotta edit it. I don't want to do that because I'll just put all the Kyle.
No, we just overlay it. Like we'll all start
You
at
guys
the
just
same
be having
time.
a
Just put his
conversation,
shit
it's
on
me
top.
going, the fucking twist.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, and then we just don't respond to anything
Right.
he says. We're just laughing. We're just doing our own thing.
Oh, that'd be so
He
stupid.
just comes in. The figure in the air was so cool.
Like, and we're like not even there
We're like
yet.
at the
but
end
it's-
of the
Yeah, because
fucking
I'd
show.
finish in like 15 minutes, so you hear some
Yeah.
shit that just
Right.
doesn't fucking make sense.
Right. But you just record yourself for 2 hours talking about random
Just
shit,
like
you
2
know?
hours
Like,
of me just going like just straight down the list, like fucking like.
So this is the part social media. We do the social media stuff. Follow us on Facebook.com/Real Anime Trap House. That's Facebook, just in case you're confused.
Fast-
Cody's typed it Fastbook, so that's
Fastbook.
why I'm saying it.
Factbook.
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 Factbook. It's like MacBook, but Factbook.
Factbook.
Instagram.com/anime_trap_house.
Right.
Twitter.com/anime trap house, one word.
Nice.
Not the one word part, just anime
Yeah,
trap
I like
house.
how you said it fast so they know it's one word.
Yeah, I tried. Fastbook.com/real anime trap house.
There you go.
And then shout out to our sponsors, the IT community.
The IT community.
you
They
guys-
love us.
They do.
You guys are killing it
they
out
listen to
there
our
on our behalf.
podcast.
We represent your kingpin
It's true.
and listen to our podcast. Shout out, of course, Mommy's Milkies. Gotta love them.
Thank you, Mommy's Milkies. Also, shout out to the website. We got a website up,
Shout out.
animetraphouse.com. You can listen to everything there. We have all of our reviews and shit.
And
It's still under construction a little bit, but it's all the important shit.
also shout out Cody for doing a bang up fucking job on it. Like, I showed a friend last night. He's in design, and he's like, oh man, you guys have a good website. I'm like, don't say this ain't me. This is him. Like, this is all
Yeah,
Cody. Like,
100%.
Right now. Like, that was fucking.
This is all
good.
Cody's
Yeah,
baby.
it looks better than my work's website. So
I appreciate that. I spent
It's all
literally
fucking
all
good,
week
baby.
working on this shit. Like Death Stranding came out and I couldn't even fucking play it because I just really wanted to finish this shit. So I was just sitting here.
You played co-op before, so like it doesn't matter.
You're right.
Perfect. Cody's been killing it on the website game. We've been worthless. He's like, yeah, I'm doing this with the website, and then no one answers, and we're just like,
It's cool.
Look, I
Our
do the things he
fucking
asks of me,
Roberto-
but I also look. I was asked for a
Roberto
podcast.
Hunter-
I didn't say
Hunter
I want
X
to be a
Hunter.
web designer.
Roberto Hunter X Hunter hooked me up with some good ideas. So
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
even need you guys. Y'all
Yeah.
can just continue to leach, right? Like leech off my fucking
Yeah.
my greatness.
That's all I've
okay?
ever done.
yeah, dude. Listen, bro. Listen. You the Vince McMahon of the
Okay.
podcast. All right, you running the shit. I just come in and do the talent
See,
stuff.
see,
all
this
right?
is why I'm okay with Kyle and Harris being the funny one because I'm the fucking producer slash seducer.
And I'm just the
you know what I'm
monkey, and
saying?
I just fucking
Yeah.
dance.
Ooh,
Yeah, dude, that's cool.
Yeah.
Okay,
dance monkey dance,
cool
bro.
with that. Y'all be funny. I'll fucking seduce the shit
I
out
mean,
of
you've
this
never been
website.
funny anyway.
So everybody,
like, all right,
good.
go to that fucking website.
Go to the website.
Do it.
do it.
You know,
do it.
validate
Go
Cody's
to the
hard
website
work.
Do
and just
it.
clap, like, because there's no like button or something.
Just
like,
clap.
Just appreciate it.
Got me.
Shout out Mommy's Milkies.
Shout out, mom.
shout out magicians.
Shout out Magician Wire.
Wire.
Shout out knockoff wild turkey.
Yo. Wildlife.
Shout out
Shout out.
Wildlife.
Should I get some wild turkey for the next episode?
And shout out the final shot. Shout out Piss on Arms, dude.
Shout out Piss on
Shout out
Arms.
Piss on Arms.